Alright. Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the second day of matches, at least for certain time zones, I guess. I hope you're all having a fantastic day, but either way, no matter what part of the world you live in, we haven't had a match in a while, but right now we're live with Japan versus Thailand. It's going to be a very interesting match that I've certainly looked forward to. I am Davy, joined today by my buddy Potassium. Hi Potassium, how's it going?
Hey, I'm doing really well. I'm actually really excited for both of these matches coming up, actually. We've got the last two matches to finish up the weekend, and Thailand-Japan is going to be an absolute banger, I think.
Oh yeah, certainly. Like, this match, like I mentioned this earlier, in another match yesterday with April, that Japan versus Thailand is like yin and yang. They have both of their very, very clear strengths and weaknesses, and they are also complete opposite of each other. Most of Japan will certainly try to pick the less risky in general, while Thailand thrives on maps where anything can happen.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, these are also two top seeds. I think Thailand, unfortunately, losing to Malaysia in group stage made this end up happen.
So, yeah, that was unfortunate.
We are going to get a very nice match between two extremely strong teams.
Yeah, I do also think that both of these teams kind of improve. Well, not really with Japan, but more like Thailand. They improve as the further you go in the map rule difficulty. That's certainly a big factor that you have to consider when, looking at predictions about what team is going to beat out what team, because they do perform differently on different densities, kind of.
Yeah, definitely. I think Thailand do have that just really high general firepower with a lot of their players. All of them actually really good at tournament play in general as well. But their strengths are definitely like, especially against Japan, Thailand are definitely going to be going for those LN picks, like the hybrid picks, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I do think so too. Like, a lot of these players on Thailand are powerhouses when it comes to long note accuracy, so they will likely definitely be going for more long note oriented shots. We'll be seeing, like you said, hybrids. Don't necessarily think future side because the LNs aren't as pronounced. It's more about that SV and certain burst sections.
Future side is probably going to be ignored for a long while, I think. Maybe eventually picked by Thailand, if anyone, but there are certainly like quite a few hybrids, so Thailand are going to be looking a lot towards those. But Japan, obviously, the other side, we all know them as that extreme accuracy Rice team, so their goal is very clear.
They will certainly go for Rice picks and also long note picks. I've noticed that performances on SV is nothing to... the performances on SVs is all around pretty good, I gotta say. It's decent enough where they can go pretty far, I think.
I think both teams are really good at SV. Like, they'll both be really comfortable with SV. If I want to mention, I think Japan might be slightly better, but I don't think SV is going to be picked. Like, until... Like, if SV gets picked, it'll be very late in the match, I think.
Oh, look at those drops. We got Krook and AMD, Dusk, whatever you say. I don't know. They got a fair bit of drops there and there. I don't know how to play LNs too. I'm not sure what... I saw a bit of inverse on this map too.
Yeah, quite a lot of LNs here. I wonder if this is... I'm not exactly sure whose wall this is. I wonder if it's Thailand's though. But we can see the LN skill come through. We do see some of Japan struggling a little bit. Krook and AMD are struggling with some of these LNs.
So what is this music called again? It's Bingo Party something. I think it is Thailand's warm-up. And it's also a Tails key map. He's unfortunately gotten a bit inactive in the community as of late. He's mostly streaming things, I think, from what I last had. Ooh, those drops.
Oh, that was a nasty pen.
Yeah. Many, like, shields and... oh yeah, Krook dropping here too. I didn't think... Like, this looks pretty easy from a spectator's standpoint, but I probably changed my mind if I'd actually play this, because I'm not very familiar with this shot.
Yeah, a lot of the time with relating to LN patterns, it's a lot easier to watch than it is to actually play. Especially here, like, there's a lot of Jacks here. And LN and Jacks are very hard to play together usually, they're just really awkward.
Yeah, they don't mix well together, I'd say. When I map, I use Jacks into LNs, often called shields, as a way of emphasizing specific long notes, as I like to do. But yeah, they do not play very well together, especially when you're holding long notes in one hand and then jacking on the same hand.
How to play LN's missing quite a bit in this section now, but you see on Thailand's team though, overall, Rule Blazing and Yala Hotep still holding the full combos. They're the only people that have full combos right now.
Yeah, this really showcases their strengths, I think. Just that hybrid and very dense long notes kind of sense. Judging by this performance, I'd say that Japan wants to ban something like Yura Yura because it's the most densest LN shots and it has the most variance out of them all. which means that it is pretty difficult to act properly. And yeah, I've seen a lot of teams struggle acting that. So I think that might be their go-to ban. We'll see.
Actually, somehow all of Japan doing like way better in the second half of the map than in the first half.
Maybe they weren't they actually got that point.
Yeah, maybe just like warming up their LNs.
Yeah, how to play LNs like missed a lot there.
Yeah, definitely. But we can see, like, just from the first half of how that map was going, like what we mean by when we say that Thailand are going to go for those LN picks.
Yeah. And well, I gotta say that their LN ability on Japan's side is also improving. When I saw Interviser like doing a lot of Etuna and things like that, just improving his overall late game accuracy, a couple of months back, I didn't see his LN like improve much, but it seems like he's pretty much stepping up here.
Yeah,
that was pretty impressive score from him and from the rest of the Japan's players, actually.
definitely. Interlizer is always going to be extremely good on the LN picks, regardless. But the concerns are usually about Japan's second and third players, about whether they can hold on with the accuracy. And I think it's going to be especially hard in this pool because the two LN maps that we have are extremely hard to act.
Yeah, and also we saw this. What was I gonna say? Their team scores, like on Thailand's side, is like their entire roster pretty much thrives on long nodes. Like the players such as Mysterion, How to Play LN, and Nyarlathotep, being able to consistently get over 993,000 something scores. Like if they just get those kind of scores, all of the free players, then yeah, they'll have a pretty good chance of just taking points, because of, as you said, it's a bit concerning with the third player on the accuracy side.
Now it looks like we have just a straight up rice map here coming in.
Yeah, this is Japan's, certainly. So already the warm-up showcases this yin and yang relation between these two teams clashing together.
And we can see the accuracy here. This is OD 9.3 as well.
Oh,
and we have Interlizer getting a 9. Well, everyone in Japan over 99.9.
Yeah, like he's popping off already. I'm pretty excited. We talked a bit earlier, but I'm pretty excited to see what Japan can do on something like Verflucht. That map is very comfortable to play, and therefore I think that their accuracy side will really shine, because if you have something that's comfortable on the fingers, you'll also be able to act it really well.
Yeah, they definitely have some insane potential on the stream picks. So that and Freezing Maelstrom, I think it's called.
Yeah,
are going to be ones we're going to see some pretty insane accuracy if they're able to get those full combos.
It also depends on what Thailand's gonna ban. I don't think we talked about it a bit before, but what do you think they'll ban? I'd say they'd go for against Japan's strengths.
Yeah, I mean, we can see Japan's strengths right here, these scores. 57 for Interlizer.
Yeah. This is not something you see from every player, mind you.
Japan is very well warmed up right now, it looks like. So I think Thailand definitely going to go after some of those more accuracy-based picks in the rice pool.
Isn't it interesting how the Asian team seems to pick more maps that warms up their skill sets a lot more than other teams?
Yeah, possibly they're just a little bit less interested in the memes.
Possibly, yeah.
I mean, it could also be that this is just a match that both teams want to be taking more seriously, you know? They can't afford to let their guard down.
Yeah, certainly. Oftentimes you see like you got a low seed versus an unseed team in group stage, they'll likely all go for memes because there's like
Yeah,
no stakes.
definitely. Well, either way, we are. Japan does win the roll actually, 72-22. So Thailand get the first ban. Don't think it should matter too much who gets the first ban because I don't think these teams are going to be banning similar maps at all.
Yeah, they'll probably ban something more rice-based. I'm expecting the Flucht or...
Wave Tapper. Okay.
Oh, Wave Tapper, they haven't practiced maybe? So, maybe they're just scared of their SP potential.
It could be because Japan does have very, very high SP potential. So they might just want nothing to do with that and try their luck on the accuracy picks instead, because I mean we've seen in previous matches like Brazil versus Argentina, just one or two misses are very possible to happen, and that could just win you the point even if you don't have as good accuracy.
Yeah, those misses matter a lot on these earliest stages. I also think that the Wave Tapper might make sense when you consider that it's less of a risky SV map if you practiced it well, but BKK is like quite a wild card even if you have practiced it, I think. You saw a team getting a lot of misses on it even though they looked overall comfortable on it.
It's kind of like really weird to try and act, so it's very easy in some sections to just chain 200s everywhere.
Yeah, that's it. They're going for a short act pick, Japan, I'm assuming.
They're going for good luck, which is the jack pick, the quad jack, which is what, I mean, it's very expected from Japan to see a pick like this first.
Yeah, but like we saw, they'd likely go for Junjo's gut like all the time as they're opening on spam.
Like quad jacks in general are just right up Japan's alley. Yeah. So definitely a very comfortable pick for them. We did also see Japan banning Falling Down, which is one of the LN picks, so expected there.
Oh yeah, I was talking about Europe being potentially banned because of how dense it is in comparison.
Yeah.
They might just not feel confident on that map either.
I mean, I feel like Falling Down, between the two, I feel like Japan might do slightly better with Euro than Falling Down. I mean, I think Japan's like density, like LN density skills are actually not bad. So they might be feeling a little bit more confident. Either way, I still would say that Thailand has a very good opportunity on Euro either way. So
yeah, I think it's a good game. It's like a time cost between those two for me personally if I was Japan, because you do have the skill set necessary. It's just can the third player perform as well on this map compared to the other, because I do believe both Interlizer and Krug being able to, for whoever else their dedicated LN player is, being able to perform good on that.
It can be like, basically at this point, both of the LN picks are, like neither of them is a bad ban. They're both very good bans. It just comes down to which one they're more comfortable with.
I think we're starting in at Q, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, it should be getting in. We have all the players in the lobby. We have Fumi and How to Play LN and Mysterion on Thailand's team.
Yeah, is also a bit about this map is this is not as straightforward as Junja's got, so good luck or good look. It's more like it has a bit of throw-off sections here and like sections with the 1.4 and 1.8 snaps that can throw your accuracy off if you're not paying attention. So
yeah, we're absolutely not gonna get scores as high as we saw on Junja's Skirt last
yeah.
pool.
I mean, the Thailand is starting off with the early advantage. The scores right now
we're just about tied. It looks like Mysterion got a 200 actually. I'm not quite sure. We're dropping accuracy quite a bit there, but it's still very close between these two teams. The accuracy is very slightly in Japan's side.
Oh yeah, it's looking a bit like shaky for Japan, I'd say. But just look at Interlice's performance, and if you're Japan, you're like, it's all good, Interlice got us.
Yeah, we 99.99 for Interlice. You can just see in his error bar right there. Error bar is thin.
Yeah, it's right so on center and on point. Yeah, like he just sees notes and hits notes perfectly. It's kind of like having a seafood diet. You see food and you eat it.
He just hits the notes.
Hits notes. That's all you have to do.
Me and Mysterion dropping accuracy a little bit underneath the 99.9. Still holding up very good within the range of a miss, but Japan does have a very solid accuracy lead right now.
Yeah. But then again, anything can happen. This is also another thing that differentiates this shot between Junja's skirt is its length. It's a lot longer and a lot more consistency demanding. So we might see a few drops here and there. I'm not sure if this will actually happen. But it can definitely happen much more. It's much more likely on this map than Junja's skirt.
That was a 50, I think it was, the Interlizer.
What? How is that possible?
That just went way down. Either way, like this accuracy is still more than enough. We have all three of Japan's players now on very similar accuracies.
Yeah,
one of them are really high still. Like even with that 50, this is he's pretty much on the same level as the highest in the whole lobby. Yeah, 24 300s. 1:100 ratio. Okay then.
God. Just that 150 seems so odd to me. How did he hit that?
All 6 players getting 0-200s as well. Just 150 from Interlizer and still almost getting the highest score in the lobby.
Yeah, I think Japan will... I think we've been underestimating them a lot about their true potential. They're immediately going for Jura as expected from Thailand. I would say that they likely immediately after this go for Jura. And they're bringing in Nyarla Hotek, so we might see some pretty good team scores, as I was mentioning. Those,
yep.
Yeah.
The same 3 players that did play in that warm-up, the first one there. And Japan's bringing in a JH Elite girl.
Also, I'm not entirely familiar with that player, but I guess we'll see what...
Yeah, previously known as Sleep Girl. Quite good at LNs overall, but Thailand, I think, still might have the edge just because their players are very strong.
They're well versed on the long Earth language, and I also recognize 2 of these players that placed really high on the Long Note tournament, how to play Ellen and Mysterion specifically. And Nyala Hotep, he's also not a sleeper on the Long Notes.
We'll see. Oh, JH Lico getting off to a little bit of a rough start. The intro here.
Oh yeah, that will definitely bring a pretty early advantage to
Oh,
Wood.
a lot of 200s being dropped from JH Lico.
Oh no, looks like he's struggling a lot in that. Unfortunate. Yeah.
This is a very nice lead right now for Thailand, but it is only the intro. The map only gets harder from here.
Yeah, there's a lot of just tricky releases and inverses and long note streams. It has a lot of different long notes pattern you need to pay attention to. I think we saw with the specific long note roster, they beat out the likes of Shiri just because everyone got such high scores on Internet's Nice Lady.
Yeah, the team overall consistency from Thailand, the overall scores that they're getting as a team are really good on LM maps. We do see JH Lico finding a miss, and this is going to be a really strong lead for Thailand now. They just need to hold on to their combos for the rest of the map.
And yeah, we saw Krug actually getting a lot of 200 drops somewhere in the mid section, and now we're nearing the end, so yeah, it's not looking like Japan will be able to come back from this. But with that being said, now all exclusive long note based shots are out. So going forward, Thailand wants to pick the riskier shots or just the hybrid shots in general, I think.
Yeah, definitely. This is a really strong point for Thailand, though. It is what they needed to tie it back up 1-1. And now we'll see what Japan want to pick.
Yeah, I gotta say, Gilit Girl looked very shaky there. It looked like a Parkinson's patient watching a horror flick.
Bruh. But, okay, expected pick from Japan here again. We have Freezing Maelstrom. So they're going in this order here. Going for the more consistency, the easier, less straining maps, but more about the accuracy, which is where they are most confident in.
This matchup in general, it's really clairvoyant about what they'll pick and what they'll ban, I think. Certainly expected this shot to be one of the first picks. I think they're subbing in Fumi for Nyarlathotep and Real Blazing for how to play Alan.
Yep. Both very good players on Thailand as well.
Unfortunately, they don't have that early game accuracy quite as high as Japan in general.
We did say the same thing about Argentina and Brazil on this same map. So, I'm not going to say anything is certain here.
No, I'm certainly not saying anything is set in stone. It's just from a general standpoint, that accuracy won't matter too much if you do find misses, so you're entirely right on that. Because this map is really long and really dense all throughout, misses are pretty common, I gotta say. We're heading into the map now.
Yep.
Waiting on the players. Here we go.
Gonna just sync right up here. Nope. Or AMD and Crew K can just keep playing.
AMD, I think. Oh no, he found that. What? Oh
what?
No, that
was quiet. Okay. Never trust anything before everything syncs up, I guess.
I think he found an early 200 for AMD.
Yeah, with that accuracy, I would say that's probably an early 200.
Yeah, it was initially something like 99.4. on the beginning of the match.
Because of that, it does look like Thailand do have a slight lead at the start. Although I think as AMD brings up his accuracy, that might start to flicker back.
Yeah, because of just that early drop, they do have a pretty early
very
lead,
low. But AMD has now gotten his accuracy back up to about where Rule Blazing is. So now we have just the difference here, Interlizer and Crew K holding ridiculously high scores.
Cool. So, not much happening. I'm not really sure why a lot of these players have like these kind of low accuracies. I mean, 99.85 and 99.84, that's and 99.86. That's pretty good, I gotta say. Just versus Japan, it's not going to be enough. But like you said, anything can happen. I guess we'll see when during this section when the jump stream does slow down a bit.
We do see in that the higher density jump stream section, Interlizer increasing his accuracy, as you do.
Yes.
AMD is now risen, with that early 200, now risen all the way back up to 99.93, beating all the Thailand players. Fumi dropping a little bit of accuracy. A couple 200s there, probably. Rule Blazing and Mysterion are just not bad accuracies, but just lagging a little bit behind all the players from Japan.
Yeah, it looks like the third player is really on point on the rise shots, so they're definitely just super scary on all of those kind of stuff.
It's not, the act lead is not like gigantic, but it's like Thailand are not gonna be able to catch up unless Japan find a miss.
I don't even think a miss is even necessary. Like, if Japan just finds one miss, I think the score difference is large enough. It has a big enough leniency that they'll likely just scuff it off. Like, they don't care. They're just doing their own thing.
Especially now, because it's getting to the very end of the map now. Even if there is a couple misses, there might not be enough time. We're reaching the very end, and all these accuracies. Crew K's accuracy is increasing, 99.98 now. AM Duskies has been increasing since the very start.
Interlizer with a 99.99.
99.99.
What?
19,300. Oh, what are these scores?
Oh, these are the kind of outstanding plays you want to see.
1951 and 59 without that 100. Without that 100, this might have been like 3,999k scores from Japan. Very close to it. My god.
That was... yeah, this really highlights the difference in general between how good these players are on just pure rise accuracy. I don't think a lot of teams will be able to top something like that. That's an absolutely insane team score.
Yeah, that score is ridiculous. There's not really much that Thailand can do about that at all. But
yeah.
We're getting Future Cider and Mania. I was just about to ask. I wonder what kind of hybrid map Thailand want to try for, but it looks like they're going for Future Cider first.
I would have gone with something hard at the time, such as Yin. If I'm honest, this I think.
I was expecting Yin as well first. We'll see how Future Cider turns out. It's not exactly the hardest. It's actually quite like more straightforward than the other hybrid maps, I feel like.
Yeah, this time around, there's not a lot of release emphasis on a lot of these hybrid maps, except for Yin. We saw maps as Steppe being kind of a very hybrid release-esque map, but this time it's not a lot of just long notes. how should I say, maps where long note players are able to really show off.
Yeah, if they wanted to go for long notes, the two that come to mind would be definitely Yin first, and maybe Bocker and Ojikan after.
Yeah, that's good, but that's also a bit like
I mean, this could be close though.
yeah,
It depends. I don't expect any of these players to miss on the SV, but in saying that, we're never exactly certain.
Yeah, because we saw a lot of drops on that SV from other teams.
Yeah, definitely. I would expect all of these teams to be fairly good at hitting that good, especially if they're practiced. Yeah, everyone hits it just fine, it looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah, Japan actually having a very slight lead at the moment, mostly off the back of Intelizer's accuracy, it looks like.
Yeah, Elite is struggling a bit on the accuracy department, but it's like on par with Mysterion. So yeah, it doesn't look like it's going to matter a lot.
Thailand have a very strong, like a very solid three-man score right now. All of them holding around the same accuracy.
Yeah.
Japan are kind of matching them though, with just that little bit of extra edge on top.
From Intelizer alone, yeah. So that was around what I was talking about. Thailand, they'll put out a lot of like the scores that are close together. They're very consistent in that manner, which is why any misses from just the other team will pretty much lend Thailand pretty easy points. But so far we haven't seen anyone miss. I'm not sure I want to curse just yet, so I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Yeah, it's still possible, but we are getting towards the end of the map, so I have to really soon, if we want to see a swing back to Thailand's favor. 200 from JH Elite Girl, a couple at the end, but it's not going to quite be enough to change that lead there.
Yeah, just on the ratio alone, they were able to get pretty solid edge over Thailand, but they certainly had a chance because the score difference wasn't all that big. 5,000, it's certainly manageable to get over if they're all
was
playing.
Quite close. Like Thailand's team score is really good. We have 991, 993, and 992 here, but Intelizer getting 68 300s is definitely an issue for Thailand to be able to get past.
They just want Intelizer to unplug his keyboard and oh yeah, they're going for fair flow. Time to see the sub 10 300s from Intelizer.
Yeah, so we are getting the other jump stream now.
Hold on stream? How to play LM on the same team as Intelizer, interesting.
We have now 4 Thai players, turning it into a 4v2.
But Intelizer will be able to beat them all. Nah, that's a bit disrespectful towards the other Thailand players because they're all very good on their own. I think they'll be able to carry their own weight pretty good, even if they'll go into loser brackets. They'll be able to get pretty good scores against other teams.
Yeah, definitely. Thailand is going to be really scary later on as well. But this is so this is another jump stream pick, but it is quite a fair bit faster and shorter than Freezing Maelstrom.
Yeah, it also has a lot more straightforward patterns, like patterns that won't be too big deal just to accuracy, because they're all very comfortable to play. They're very rolly in a sense.
Yeah, this should still be very well in within the BP, like the comfortable BPM range of all of the players, though.
Yeah, 216 is not like a big deal, but you know, the further we move on, the more positive things we get. and it will be interesting to see some of these what some of these teams will be able to do on the later stages.
That's an 100%, I see.
Oh, as you
Not
said
anymore,
that. You wouldn't want to see the 1 million on round 16.
We do have an early... Wait, it's 100% again.
Wow.
Either way, looking at all the players now, we do have a very clear lead for Japan early on, as we can see, just in accuracies once again. Thailand holding that... Everyone above 99.8 on Thailand in that range, but Japan just holding that extra 0.1% higher than all the Thailand numbers.
Yeah, this will be very tough for Thailand to come back on that.
Did Intellizer get another 50?
Did he? I think it might have been like 200 actually.
Dropped a little bit of accuracy, yeah.
Yeah, I think a 50 would have dropped his act to Oblivion, so not certain about the 50, but
yeah, not quite that much.
Yeah.
But either way, this is a very short map, as we can see.
Oh, rule blazing
missing at the very end.
Missing. Yeah, that's unfortunate.
That is really unfortunate. That's also 16 300s for Intellizer and 1 200. 53 and 64 for AMD and Crew K. We also have a couple of good scores on Thailand as well. 119 and 146 300s for How to Play LN and Yellow Hot Hair.
It was almost a single-digit 300 as I was talking about.
That was pretty close, yeah.
Yeah.
That is just extremely scary to try and play against for Thailand.
Yeah, I think Intellizer got like 12 300s on something like, what was it again? Celestial Horizon. It was a score of 999,538 something. Like that's... You don't expect that to see that in matches. What do you do against that?
You can't really do much against that. Yeah, it's... If someone, like, that's the kind of score that if a team pulls out scores like that in the tournament match, I mean, there's not really any realistic way you can expect to win against it.
Yeah, just the score difference will be enough of a difference. We're waiting on Thailand's pick, I think.
Looks like they've picked Yin. Looking in the chat, How to Play LN. Which is... Yeah, I think this is a good pick for Thailand.
They'll go to... I think Japan's next pick is likely going to be Cotton Man. And Thailand's potentially lost pick would be BKK because it's like their lost risk skipping. Japan might also pick Epic Mana. Not entirely certain on that.
Yeah, there's still a few things that Japan can pick. Epic Mana is definitely a good one for Japan as well, yeah.
Coffee really helping me when I haven't slept in a while. Okay, we're going into Yin, I guess.
Yep.
Might be able to say a bit of words about this map in general. Give me a moment. This is quite a risky shot because a lot of the long node releases are kind of increasing and decreasing, and there's also very short long nodes that you can very easily, especially on score v2, get unlucky 200s from. But we saw someone like Toph earlier get like a really good score on this, like 997 something. That is very
997 is ridiculous.
Yeah, on a map like this.
Yeah. Looks like we're seeing Crew K actually being substituted out for JH Lead Guild this time. 100% for Nyala.
Oh, you shouldn't say that. What if they do make the reality happen of getting 1 million?
first few notes getting 100% on this map is very satisfying.
Yeah, the rhythms in this one also might be unorthodox enough even for someone like a living metronome like Interlicer.
Well, we're seeing JH Leet Girl dropping accuracy just a little bit down to 99.6, and it looks like that's enough to give a very slight lead over to Thailand.
Yeah, so like we said before, I think they should have picked this a lot earlier, since they'd have more of a chance to get more picks in them. But the scores are flickering still, likely because Mysterion is struggling a bit on the accuracy department. Interlicer holding up pretty well, even though this might be something he is not doing absolutely bonkers scores on.
JH Leet Girl is raising the accuracy back up as well, back now to 99.7, and that's making the scores really close. We can see it go back and forth.
Yeah,
no 200s could be avoided.
Leet's actually missing. That is going to be enough to give that slight edge over to Thailand.
Right at the end, and that completely decides the point there. Thailand is going to take this one over Japan.
Yeah.
Oh, that is a really unfortunate miss right at the end. I'm actually not sure who was going to win that.
Yeah, that could have been anyone's. Look at all of these scores. These
scores
very equal.
Are close. I think we need someone to go and manually calculate to see who would have won, because this is really close.
Yeah, that, and of course, Interlicer pulling off the V1SS as well as Nyala Depp. And How to Play Alan, was that? Yeah, I think it was it. How to Play and also get the V1SS. Pretty impressive. They're going for Epic Man, as we were talking about earlier.
They pick out Epic Man, and they want to keep with that consistent snapping instead of going for Quatraman.
Yeah, I think that might actually be a bit more risky for Japan, considering just how rhythmical they are. Like they have some kind of metronomical implants or something. How do they do this?
Yeah, they want to go more for this, but this is more of a speed map, so it is going to be much harder. We absolutely, like, I would be really surprised if we see 300 counts as low as the previous maps on this, but I'm not. I mean, it could happen still. Japan had some really insane scores on Nest last round.
Yeah, but also you gotta consider that this is 270 BPM. So yeah. I mean, it's 180, but functionally it's 270.
Really fast. There is also now like much higher chance on this map to be finding a miss than than the previous maps. Like Freezing Maelstrom, mostly pretty straightforward. This one, I mean, if you're not really keeping up with that speed for the entire duration of the map, then you are very likely to find a miss.
Yeah, and the patterns don't really stop in a similar fashion to Nest. It's on this one, it's very lightly layered, also very similar to Nest. It's just that I don't know. A lot of these patterns just don't stop to me, I feel like.
Oh, this is insanely close to the start right here, but it looks like now a little bit of an accuracy drop from Thailand is going to give Japan the lead. We have actually, 5 players.
Jalit did get a bit of accuracy drop earlier, but it looks like it's building up. They're building up that accuracy.
We have 5 players holding very similar accuracies. Now, How to Play LN dropping a little bit more.
Any 200 will really hurt here for like any team.
Yeah, Japan is starting to pull away a little bit. JH Leet Girl struggling a little bit more on the accuracies, but still tied with How to Play LN.
Yeah, and then you gotta consider the carry Interlicer being able to get very good rage on this. we're at the halfway point, and again, anything can happen. We might be able to see someone missing. Who it will be? We don't know.
It is definitely very possible, yeah.
A bit of a bit of a break point free act before the mainstream section. The patterns are pretty tricky because there's some hidden trills here, and also very similar to Nest. So,
but this is just fast and also much longer than Nest is as well.
yeah.
So if there's any kind of players feeling a little bit worn out,
we're reaching the end of the map, and it looks like Japan is not stopping this lead. Safe to say, by now it's probably Japan's. Yep.
yeah. Japan holding out to the end, 70 300s up in the top right there. The 998k for Interlizer.
I think this could have actually been this if Islands, if everyone had a V1 SS. As you noticed that slight ratio discrepancy on each lead actually would be capitalizable if they had V1 SS.
It would have been very close, I think, yeah. Definitely.
Alright, so going for, I think, the last hybrid pick.
Okay, yeah, so Bakura no Jikan is, out of the picks remaining, it's the one that has the most LN involvement. So I think it is a very fair pick from Thailand.
Yeah, moving forward they want to pick even more riskier stuff like BPKK, BKK. This is getting spicy. I hope Thailand actually scores against this. So, because I saw a lot of predictions too that Thailand would score 3 points against Japan.
This is going to be a hard one. I'm actually not sure which way this map is going to go because while we do see Thailand having a very good performance on those LN picks and the release picks, the releases in this map are quite straightforward, and I feel like Japan are not going to have that many issues on them. We are actually seeing both AM Duskia and Crew K on this.
Yeah, we are. I do think this is likely like the most long notes involved, except for Jin, the hybrids.
Yeah, definitely.
But it also has a lot of jacks, so if Thailand's feeling a bit uncomfortable on the jacks, that might be enough for Japan to capitalize points. But so far, looks like scores are pretty even. So again, this could be anyone's.
Yeah, we have basically tied accuracy. Crew K and Mysterion tying, AM Duskia and Nyala tying. How to play LN and Interlizer is that tiny
oh no!
Oh my god!
No! How to play LN? Oh, that's going to
really bad miss.
Yeah, he was doing so well too. 99.9. That's
he had the highest score. Yeah, that was the highest score on Thailand as well. Taking a miss here is really... Japan really just needs to miss very soon if Thailand wants to be able to come back. Because hoping for Japan to get like massive accuracy drops is, I don't think is going to happen.
Yeah, they have to hope just for a miss. Look, I don't know if that will happen though. We're reaching the outro, which has mostly Rise, which, you know, which Japan's pretty comfortable on. I'm sorry, having a bit of a hiccup there.
Yeah, and the outro looks like Japan's gonna win this one. With these accuracies, let's just have a look. 68 300s from Interlizer is now becoming a very common sight this match. but I think overall, without the misses and the bad judgments from how to play LN, it would still have been Japan's
Yeah.
because of these. Very close though. It would have been close, but we see Intelizer and Dusky are getting 996s, and that is probably a little bit too much.
I mean, I'm not sure, because if everyone on the Thailand side had gotten a V1 SS, I do think they'd be able to beat out Japan, because the third player actually had four 200s. But
Yeah, well,
you know, what's done is done. Japan, congratulations, you're moving on to round 8. I forgot who were you facing again.
I think it's South Korea, actually.
Oh, that would be spicy.
Yeah, so definitely that's going to be a really big match to watch for next week. And Thailand are going to be, they're not eliminated yet out of the tournament. They're going to be going down into the losers bracket. And they are going to be versing the Netherlands next week in the losers bracket.
Our match they'll likely be able to win out on. Overall, yeah, we saw Interlice's performance here. He's had an extremely strong performance so far in this MWC, and I don't think he's ever going to slow down. If you saw, like, it's just so absurdly bonkers. So
yeah, absolutely ridiculous scores. And like as we've said, Japan, it's not just an early game thing that they have for accuracy. They're going to be getting very high accuracies even in the later stages of this tournament as well.
yeah, just that then it will be a question of the third player that might lag behind, but we'll see. They definitely show a lot of potential, and I think they have a pretty good shot on the podium.
Yeah, it'll really come down a lot till to next week's match. I think Japan versus South Korea is going to be a very big match for both of the teams to try and secure that winners semi spot.
Alright, so is there like I don't think there's another match going on, right? I think another
not
match.
quite yet. We just have one match left this weekend, which is Malaysia versus Hong Kong. That is going to be on stream in about 35 minutes.
Yeah.
So until then, we will take a little bit of a break, but definitely be back for that, because I think this is also going to be quite a close match as well.
This match was certainly pretty close, all things considered. It wasn't certainly wasn't a complete sweep, first of all, and it certainly really showcased both teams' strong points.
Yeah, it definitely was. Thailand had some insane scores as well. Like both of these teams, like, definitely do deserve that top seed spot, and they just proved it then.
Yeah.
But
I gotta say, so to both of these teams, absolutely outstanding performance all around. I gotta applaud all these players for showing us, you know, how to smash keys in a proper manner.
yeah, well, the stream is not quite over. We are still going to be continuing with this vlog, but there will be a 35-minute break that we are going to go on now. So if you need to go and eat something in the meantime, go and chill out, prepare some water. Always good to have by you, some snacks. Now is the time to do that, but we will be back not too long from now.
Greetings, user. Neural link established. Ready for takeoff.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the final match of the weekend, actually. I am Potassium F, commentating with Mifa.
Hey, hello there. It's been a while since the last week after I commentated the last matches for group stage. And here we are again for the last match, actually, for the round of 16, which is pretty epic to say the least, as this is Malaysia versus Hong Kong.
Yeah, this is going to be a pretty exciting match, actually, I think, because both of these teams, despite being high seed and low seed of their groups, they both actually overperformed and beat higher seeds in order to make it. Malaysia beating Thailand, I believe, in their group, and Hong Kong beating Canada.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think this is one of those instances where this match in particular is probably one of the more closer ones in terms of like getting score points or something like that. And we already see like 7 matches in total, in which some of them are actually barely sweeps, or even like 6-1, 6-2, for example, like that.
Yeah.
So this one might actually go into like probably even closer than that. So.
Yeah, it's actually crazy to think that we'd have like no sweeps this entire weekend, because round of 16 usually round of 16 has the top seeds versus the high seeds. The top seeds would normally win pretty comfortably, so normally we would have a lot of sweeps in this stage, but there's actually been none, and a lot of close matches instead.
Yeah, for sure. This is, again, like like I said before, this is really, it's a pretty much individual performance-wise. This is just gonna be a closer one, and this is, I think, much more exciting to see rather than the other matches. Not to say the matches are uninteresting, but this is actually a lot more promising to look at.
Yeah, absolutely. And both of these teams actually, I think they were getting very similar scores in group stage as well. With really strong
for sure.
Like really nice consistency for both teams and really strong accuracy overall.
Yeah, I think in terms of like how like the pool is structured, mostly like for like this round of 16, where every picks are pretty much varied in terms of skill sets. This is kind of like separating in between. So you got like pretty much like Ellen picks out of the way, and then like the hybrid picks that are pretty much you need like a 3-man roster for it. And I think like both of these teams are really set for them. And I think it's going to be a really exciting look at again.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll definitely have a few players from both teams to watch out from. Especially looking at Chiwi 10 from Malaysia in some of the LN picks is going to be pretty scary.
Oh yeah, for sure. This is when you look at the Malaysian team in general, their squad compositions are actually pretty much kind of deceiving you to think that they might be actually like in the high seat, but believe it or not, they are actually like really much popping off in like the group stage. Like there's probably like competing like in terms of like the other top seeds, in which this case they're actually true. The Hong Kong was also the same as well, and they actually beating Canada is one of those instances that you need to look out for this team.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like Hong Kong even would have given some other top seeds the run for their money in groups as well. Just unfortunate that they did have Japan in that group, meaning it was a little bit too hard for them to come out on top. So we'll see. I think all the players are starting to get into the match already.
Yeah, it should be once we get to the like the lobby when everything is set up, it should be fine and good to go. But I think we probably still need to wait a little bit more.
Yeah, definitely. I do believe they've already sent in their warm-up maps. So now we're just waiting for everyone to enter the lobby and get it all set up.
Yeah, their warm-up maps are actually pretty interesting to me. Like, in terms of like their overall skill set, I think they should probably reflect their skill set pretty much. And it's no joke at all. They can actually perform really well in the warm-ups.
And I think it is kind of like Malaysia looking at the LN maps. situation, right? With
It
Hong
is pretty.
Kong.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Although that said, it's not exactly the same as what we saw in the previous match with Japan and Thailand. Japan and Thailand was very, very like clear cut. Japan has
Oh,
an
yeah.
advantage in rice, and Thailand has an advantage in LN. But here,
Yeah,
I
there's
think
a-
both teams can probably win
Yeah,
either
this
way
is
on a lot of the
like-
picks. Like they're going to be close.
Like Japan versus Thailand there's a clear differentiated areas of the skill set in which they are pretty much hand in hand dominating between each other. So when you have like Thailand, which pretty much bursts into like Elenso hybrids, and Japan in terms of rice, so there's that clear difference right there. That's what makes it actually the scoreline makes it even closer. But given that these teams are kind of the same way, it's actually gonna be a lot more interesting.
This is like, well, maybe Malaysia is a little bit better at this, but we're not really sure. Like, it really depends on
the match
day,
is not even
right?
starting. The match is not even starting yet, so we can't really tell.
Yeah, it's going to be really hard to tell. And it really comes down to consistency of the players as well. Because it's still fairly early on, like these pools are still not too hard for either of these teams. So just one miss could be enough to throw away a point.
I think in general, like the pool in itself, like a miss can even like still save you the game. Really, it's just a matter where accuracy is gonna be like the main thing about this particular particular stage. Like round of 16 will still be relevant in terms of accuracy. You will still see some like really cool scores like U1 SS or even really generally high accuracy. Like even going to the 99.90% is like a difficult task.
Yeah, definitely. And that just means because now we have so a lot of these maps are now really difficult to get good accuracy on, and that just means that some players in particular, like getting really, really insane accuracy like we saw with Intel in the previous match, just means even more because it's really hard to match.
Yeah, it's just how it does. Like rainbow accuracy, or for some people know them as 300G or something like that. It's actually like really crucial for their score like difference. Really, if you see like something like around a lot of like 300, normal 300 in terms of like a score, usually they're not that great for this stage. Usually you would consider getting rainbows all around, and that actually constitutes to a really good score.
Yeah, definitely. You really need that ratio advantage.
But yeah, I think we should, if all players should be like around the lobby, we should be getting to go, really.
Yeah, we're just trying to get all the players into the lobby. I think there's a little bit of issue trying to enter the lobby. But
Yeah,
looks like everyone's
there you go. Yeah, everyone's pretty much here, and yeah, I think this might be the warm up from Hong Kong, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, this is Hong Kong's warm up. And we're
Yeah,
not getting any memes.
Zephyranthes. Yeah, we're not getting any memes. I mean, by now, yes, we're not getting any memes for now.
For now.
Yeah, but I mean, let's just save that for later. But then we have like Zephyranthes by Shoegazer, which I think that's a very old map from
Yeah, this is
Shoegazer.
This is like a straight up jump stream map.
I believe it is. Yeah.
Yeah, so it is pretty much just straight jump stream. Nothing too tricky in terms of patterning. But the BPM 215, it does kind of make you think it's like a kind of warm up to the flushed.
Oh yeah, like I mean Verfluch had like 260 BPM. I think that's kind of the same way, but
yeah, very close in BPM.
It's just 1 BPM difference. So there's that.
Yeah. The length is also quite decently long as well. I'm not sure how much. I can't remember how many breaks this map has, but I don't think it has many breaks.
Yeah, this is like 2 minutes and 40. Sounds a bit on the longer side. In terms of, I mean, like Verfluch had like less than 2 minutes in total. So this
Yeah,
is pretty
it's
much
like 1.5.
step up. And it's kind of stamina-ish if you wanted to call that, but I have no idea what this map is. This map is very old.
But this is a pretty good serious warm-up, I think. It's not like massively harder, I don't think.
Well, we'll just see right now because it's now starting up. Doesn't seem too serious at the moment, but we're kind of getting to it.
Oh, Cryolian's hitting very low, it looks like.
Not that
It's okay.
having much of a good time either. Yeah.
Yeah, 02 Snow missing as well. Looks like we're just warming up still, so... Yeah, it looks like Murasama is very, very comfortable right now, though.
I mean, the pattern itself is pretty comfortable, to say the least.
Yeah, there's nothing too crazy.
They're kind of like this. They're kind of like on the same vein as Phasing Maelstrom, in which there's like a double signal like that. So there's a current like indication which Hong Kong might be performing better at those. But on the other side, also Malaysia is not doing bad themselves.
Yeah, and obviously we might also be seeing different players in for Malaysia as well on different maps, like the rice maps.
Oh yeah, for sure. Also, it seems like it's actually kind of a short map, even though it's actually longer than First Look for some reason. Kind of getting to the half of it now.
Yeah, well, we are. It does look like Hong Kong had a very nice kind of advantage, at least with these players. I do think a lot of the players are going to be switched out for the rice maps of.
Oh yeah, this is definitely not the player that you would probably be looking for.
We can at least see that Murasama is very comfortable with this kind of accuracy.
Yeah, pretty much flexing with 99.86, no big deal.
Yeah, this is looking like he's well informed for the match. Washer Akisa also doing very well.
Pretty much into the map here. Oh, nice quad.
That's a great quad. Yep, so the end of the map. A bit of like serious warm up here for Hong Kong.
At least probably they kind of I think it looks like it, but it's not really that much of a reflect of a skill level, I think. With a negative ratio by Cryolian.
Nice. No, I think
Also,
we're gonna
we'll
go...
see the second warm-up in which it's a long-running joke of a rhythm game, I think.
Yeah, we should be able to see it soon.
If it actually just loads. Doesn't look like it.
What if we're just playing the same map again?
Oh yeah, sure.
Malaysia picked the same map as warm-up.
Yeah, just play it again.
Oh, it looks like RXX Gamer forgot to set scroll speed.
Ah, I see.
That would mess with your score quite a lot.
I mean, it's just warm-up, so hopefully it doesn't get into the match.
Yeah. At least he's figuring it out now, before the match starts.
Let's see. Actually, I have no idea if that map is actually loaded or not, since it's been quite a while.
Yeah,
Doesn't seem to be like it.
Should be switching maps.
I
Anytime.
have no idea.
Unless we actually are playing the same one again, but
Yeah,
I
maybe
don't
they just play the same one.
I've never seen it happen, but I mean, I guess it could happen, right?
It could happen because kind of stay kind of like connecting in between the maps. So yeah, we'll see.
By the way, we're getting a Rushia fangirl on screen for Malaysia, it looks like, for the second warm-up.
Yeah, should be getting a little bit of technical difficulties of switching the map, so it should be relatively sooner to get into it again. I believe that probably this match should be like relatively closer as time was speaking, as I think given the first warm-up kind of gives you a little bit indication of stamina.
Yeah, definitely. There's it is really hard to tell still, even after the first warm-up, though. There's some good players on both teams, but not really anything that you can say. Oh, we're getting it. Okay.
Yeah, we're getting to the. Okay, yeah, okay, sure.
We're getting B.
Getting just the two-letter word.
Yeah, B. The Bong Boats map.
Bong Boats, yeah, of course. Prepared
Malaysia,
yeah.
I mean, this is kind of a serious map, though, despite the song.
It's kind of a serious map, yeah. Especially Twitch.
Yeah.
Twitch chat is already bombarding with B.
Get your beams out. Yeah, Malaysia definitely trying to walk the LN with this pick.
Is this categorized as a rap map? Or a rap song, rather, not a rap map.
A rap song.
Yeah, because she's speaking in a like loud and faster tone.
What is? I mean, probably not, but I don't know the exact definition of a rap song to be able to refute that.
It just like speaking in like in incoherent manner, and then something like this happens.
I mean, she is singing very fast.
It's very fast. 169 is pretty much. It's not the correct BPM, I think.
It's like 180, is it? I think.
I have no idea. I have even heard. I have even heard the song, and I probably don't even want to bother.
By the way, we're going into this. 02 Snow stops playing for a little bit.
Just the warm-up is fine.
Yeah. We'll see who's... Cryolian's actually doing really well. 99.8.
Oh my god. Prepare to be bombarded with bees.
Yep, here it comes.
Count how many bees been set in this song.
I think someone actually counted that once. I can't remember.
Really?
It was in another tournament.
There's so much dedication put into it.
I remember this song being picked for another tournament, and
oh yeah,
someone went through and actually posted the exact number of bees in the song after searching up the lyrics.
Oh my god. There we go. It's fun.
And we have some trills here. I think we have a...
This is just lacrima trills, except it's just compiled into 2-3 patterns.
It's like inverse lacrima trills. Long note at lacrima trills here.
Hell yeah. I'm pretty sure this is gonna get a bingo number once again, but I think we already done one, so... Pretty much.
Yeah, Malaysia looking decently comfortable on that.
Strong words.
So some pretty good warm-ups there.
Pretty good warm-ups. Pretty good
Actually-
ice breaking.
Yeah, actually pretty serious warm-ups, all things considered.
You think B's a pretty serious warm-up?
I mean, the map is a serious map, right? Like, there's nothing stupid going on in the map.
I mean, the song itself is kind of stupid. No offense. No
No,
offense.
the song is a great song. I don't know what you're talking about.
Anyways, this is getting to rules soon.
Yeah, roll time. We'll see who gets to pick first.
34. Oh, that's not a good roll by Hong Kong.
Oh, it's not terrible.
25.
25.
That's even worse.
The rolls
Okay.
have been cursed.
Malaysia is getting to ban first.
So Malaysia gets the first ban.
I believe Malaysia will probably just gonna ban Wave Tapper or probably BBK.
Wave Tapper would actually be very good, yeah, because Hong Kong definitely have a really scary SV team.
Technically, they could just ban BBKK because the OD is also fairly high in this, in which that's a problem if you're gonna go with accuracy.
It depends how comfortable Malaysia is with Wave Tapper and BBKK, really. Maybe whichever one they don't like the most.
I guess like both of them, whichever works, if they're gonna be that ban, but that's the thing.
Or maybe they just ban something else entirely. Maybe there's like another map that they're just not very comfortable on.
Probably they've been thinking to reverse bait us and then they just go ban something else.
Oh, looks like they're discussing it.
Alright. Like, I don't think even Malaysia would try to ban LNs in the slightest. They have a really good LN players.
Yeah, no, Malaysia don't ban LNs. They probably wouldn't ban any of the hybrids either, right?
Oh, like Future Cider is definitely like one of those Hong Kong things that they can actually take. But
that is true. But if you're banning Future Cider, like, there's probably better bans, right?
I mean, you would probably be better off banning something more pure SV. So
yeah.
Seems like they're still taking quite a bit of time to know if they're gonna ban 41727568869. I'm telling you, I'm gonna say the full title of the song.
I'm just gonna call it 417. But that's okay.
Okay.
That.
Fair. I guess that's fair. If they don't want high risk of a pick.
It is a very high risk pick. That is true, and especially if you're not confident on it. Like there are some parts, like particularly the jacks at the start, that you can really easily you can mess it up so much. Like if you're not very comfortable on that kind of pattern and trying to ack it as well, then you really struggle.
Wow. Falling down is the ban for Hong Kong. In which that's not surprising at all.
Yeah, that's a fair ban from Hong Kong. They want to ban out one of the LN picks from Malaysia.
Yeah, I suppose you don't want the stream to get muted, so there's the fair health of it.
Keep the audio alive for the bot.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think falling down is like muted from the showcase earlier, so we're good on that. But
I wonder if we're gonna see Wave Tapper first pick.
I wouldn't be surprised either. I wouldn't be surprised if BBKK or Wave Tapper is gonna be the first pick.
Yeah, both SV maps are up, which means we might see some interesting picks here.
It's gonna take a little bit of time to consider between those two picks, or probably even something else, like Future Cider, for example.
Future Cider first pick is
okay, never mind. None of them actually work, so they're going from Freezing Maelstrom.
Freezing Maelstrom. I think this is also fine.
I don't think that's necessarily a good pick for myself.
It's going to be close. But
since like the issue that I take with the Freezing Maelstrom in particular is that like you would need to be deadly consistent on them. As it's just really straightforward jump stream. but you need to consider stamina as well, and Hong Kong might not be the best in terms of stamina picks in general.
Yeah, it is definitely risky to try and pick this, because we do see Malaysia's players as well, Chiwi and X2800 coming in.
Yeah, or some people might call him Apple, when I have no idea, but
Apple.
there's that. Yeah,
I've never
Apple.
heard that name.
Yeah, it's just for some people they call him Apple because I think that might have been the first name. So I have no idea.
Interesting. Either way, very good players on the Malaysia side as well. So there is a lot of pressure on Hong Kong.
Oh, okay. So I think Murasame wants to pick Mirror Mod, but I think it's not available on Catch the Beat.
Yeah. So, spoilers, we're gonna see Mirror Mod on Murasame then.
Yeah, spoiler, but okay, sure. I think you might see Mirror, like, on probably at minimum 2 people. Or is it just one? Just one.
Just
okay.
one, it looks like, yeah.
Alright, we're gonna see Freezing Maelstrom, the first pick by Hong Kong.
We'll see if they can win this. Their own pick, so...
yeah, own first pick is actually going to be really crucial, so you don't really want to have a break point.
Really important for Hong Kong to win this. We'll see if they're able to. It looks like they have... Oh, the athlete is basically even right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of 300s of via 02s now. And probably dropping 200s, probably, potentially.
Yeah, I think there is a slight lead in favor of Malaysia because of Chiwi and X right now, both on 99.95. Murasame is currently holding the highest accuracy though, 99.97.
Yeah, the offset in between the second player is pretty much anchoring the score down. Yeah, 0 2 dropping another 200. Yeah. This is a significant offset in terms of accuracy difference right now, so I don't think we probably gonna be seeing like more drops because this is pretty much jump stream, and you would possibly gain hack on this jump stream because how straightforward they are.
Yeah, we did see in the previous match. Sometimes the denser jump stream is just more notes for you to get into a rhythm, right?
Yeah, pretty much. It's very consistent. So you really want to stay consistent to getting accuracy. Like you see X and Chibi have holding the same accuracy, and also Murasame.
Yeah, all 3 of them holding really good accuracies. Magnew2Z is not too far, 99.86, still very good.
He's still beating Watcher Akisa as well, but again, the third player might actually just beating him off.
Yeah, 02 Snow is just really having a little bit harder of a time trying to get good accuracy here.
He's eating most of the time early, so I guess it kind of gets why the accuracy kind of a little bit lower than everyone else. So far, we're actually going to the 2/3 of the way in. Still a lot more to go, so this might happen.
Yeah, it's definitely possible still for this to happen.
There's still a little bit of time. I think you would probably consider Malaysia can take just one miss, and they would still be fine, accuracy-wise.
Yeah, the accuracy is definitely what's most important, especially in such a long map as well. 3 minutes long is decently long, so misses don't actually mean as much as the accuracy.
It's going into the last set of the jump stream. You see, actually, like, if you see the third player, the 3 players are just the same. Like, they're just the same players over and over.
They've absolutely not changed their accuracy the entire map.
So does Magnew2 and Watcher Akisa as well. Yeah, you should take note about it too.
They're just staying the same, but if everyone stays exactly the same, then Hong Kong are just going to lose on accuracy.
The third player is pretty much kind of anchoring the score down, and that looks like it'll be a point for Malaysia here, a break point as well.
Yeah, first break point right at the start. We have 87 300s from X and 91 from Murasame and 106 from Chiwi.
Yeah, overall it's still, I mean, the accuracy difference makes all the difference. You see like 3 200s from the Malaysian side and 9 in total of Hong Kong. And it does seem that Chiwi's on the wrong scroll speed and he's still got a V1SS. Nice.
Wait, that was on the wrong scroll speed?
I believe it is.
That's like a 1 to 28 ratio.
It's kind of a weird flex there, but
that's a weird flex. So that now Malaysia gets their pick, and they could just go with Euro Euro.
Yeah, at this point you can just go with Euro Euro. Yeah. I mean, hoping that Chiwi actually changed his scroll speed. That would be just catastrophic if he actually does underperform one just because of the lower scroll speed.
Okay, we'll see what they decide to pick.
Still taking a bit of time, and I think it might be that if you would go with Ventures, you could just go with Burfook, but Euro Euro is also a viable one.
Burfook would make sense, given how they just won Freezing Maelstrom. But I think Euro Euro is probably more likely.
Bokura, okay, that's also a fine one as well.
So still more of like a Ellen-based kind of pick.
Yeah, Bokura is, I guess it's fine in most. I guess not the best pick, but it's fine for them. Like you would see Eric's Gamer like here, playing for the third player for Malaysia.
Yeah, we have RX Gamer coming in for Malaysia.
And seems that Hong Kong doesn't change their teammates.
Yeah, Hong Kong looks like they're just going to stay the same, so...
Oh, nope.
Oh, no, we got a substitute out. Make Mewtwo Z subbing out.
Probably for Yanafeya? Because he's really decent in terms of like accuracy.
We did see Yanafeya coming in for a lot of the LN picks.
I think it's Sorero.
Sorero, okay. So it looks like we're just waiting for Sorero to join the room for Hong Kong.
It should be fine if you can go to the lobby, I think. If the name shows up in the lobby.
Oh, we've got Make Mewtwo Z back in.
Oh, debated.
Have we been baited this entire time?
I guess. Good job. Alright, I think we've been baited, yeah.
We've been baited. There's not actually going to be a substitution. It's just going to be Meg Mewtwo Z. Same roster for Hong Kong.
Same roster. Alright, we're gonna see. Welcome to Jiken. Interesting pick, to say the least.
Yeah, I didn't necessarily expect any team to first pick Bakura in a Jikan, but it doesn't mean it's a bad pick.
Oh, we've got a lot of these things for every player.
Yeah. Malaysia 70,000 points in the lead.
Good lead. It is still a good lead because Mewtwo has a lot of problems in 0-2 stuff.
Yeah, a few 200s on the side of Hong Kong it looks like at the start, and Chiwi 10 is currently destroying the map at 99.97.
Yeah, currently being Chiwi.
It just looks like all the accuracies on Malaysia is just higher than all the accuracies on Hong Kong right now. So a really strong accuracy lead.
Even then, Murasame is tying up with RX Gamer, but it's not that much of a difference because the other two players are actually destroying it.
Yeah, absolutely. So Hong Kong just needs to build up their accuracies. They're not too far behind. 0-2 Snow is struggling a little bit with the accuracy, but there's definitely
they would really need a miss right now.
Yeah.
At this point, at this point, accuracy is gonna mean a lot, and then misses can tend to happen somewhere. And there you go. Like I said before, XX actually missed.
Oh, that's gonna be enough actually to swing it back in Hong Kong's favor. Because RX actually
scores are still flickering.
Oh, it's actually really close. The accuracy lead is still with Malaysia.
Oh, RX Gamer having a lot of trouble with the 200s.
Yeah, no, it's going to be in Hong Kong. X is still not caught up.
No, not quite yet, but we still have the ending to go.
Oh, it's flickering back. It's flickering back. X is just hit 400 combo again. It's gonna be.
It's a lot of bit of 200.
It looks like
1,400, 1,459 points. Wow, what was insane.
Oh, just with that one miss.
Slider break even. It's not even a miss.
Just a 50 there.
Yeah. 997 by Chiwi, which is 66, 300.
Just barely enough for Hong Kong to be able to capitalize. And yeah, 997.7k from Chiwi. That's 2 breakpoints in a row, though.
Two breakpoints in, like...
And now, do Hong Kong just go for SV?
Yeah. Probably SVs. Actually, if they have the morale up, I think it might be, like, SVs, I think? Like, Raid Tablet?
Yeah, if they want to really get, momentum rolling, right? BBKK, it looks like. That's fine as well.
Oh, that's understandable pick. I think you would probably go with this instead of Wave Tapper first, just to gauge if Malaysia is not looking comfortable.
And if Malaysia's not comfortable in BBKK, then Wave Tapper is a very easy pick for Hong Kong to make next.
There's, I believe, Russia will be playing. I'm not too sure. Also, I think Hong Kong might replace with Sorero or probably Anafea. Either of the two players that will mainly SB. Okay, Sorero is playing for Hong Kong, not for Malaysia.
Yeah, Sorero looks like he's going to be coming in for Hong Kong, substituting in for Murasame.
Oh yeah, so I think so far, these 8 matches, there has been no sweeps. So, very good job for all teams.
Actually, that's true. There's confirmed now not a single sweep in the round of 16, which is...
very good job for the teams.
Round of 16 is the stage that you are usually going to see a lot of sweeps in, so...
Yeah, very good job for the teams that actually playing for the round of 16. So far, it has been a really good one so far in the Mania World Cup.
Yeah, I mean, it just goes to show how much, like, some of the previously weaker teams have gotten stronger. Now there's so many of these teams that are so strong that, like, even the top seed teams can't afford to make that much mistake. They're getting pressured quite a lot.
Oh yeah, it's for sure, like, when you see ties like this, it's just gonna be, like, even, it's still dead even in terms of morale. And here we are. We still see picks back and forth. Yeah. And if breakpoints like could be even like deciding.
We have Cryolian coming in from Malaysia.
Let the bass kick.
Cryolian does hate this chart. Why would you hate this masterpiece?
What do you mean?
Let the bass kick.
It's fine.
Alright.
Just because he hates it doesn't necessarily mean he's going to be doing bad in it, so... We'll see how they do. I'm actually not sure how well these two teams would do on this. It's always hard to tell with SBs, but... We'll find out soon.
It's gonna matter. The 300, there you go. Hong Kong is a full rainbow except for Chiwi. There you go. I appreciate that XX actually quadding, but it's fine.
Let the bass kick.
Do you?
Hey, why not if it works?
Bass kick.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, everyone doing pretty fine. Meg MUTC is dropping a little bit, but it doesn't matter that much. We're
I mean,
still
we
at
haven't
the
got to
intro yet.
we haven't got into like the harder reading section yet.
It's gonna really be decided. Here we go.
There we go.
So is anyone gonna tank any accuracy here? Everyone
I mean,
so far is
Nicholas
doing
is-
very well.
Yeah, doing very well. Matrix is climbing. Serrero has a little bit of trouble, but so does actually 99.6 across Hong Kong.
Yeah,
Everyone else in
but
Malaysia has 99.8.
Malaysia's accuracy right now is just insane. And sorry
Oh,
you're finding
wow.
a miss at the very end. That's gonna hurt Hong Kong a huge amount because Malaysia, like, look at Malaysia's accuracies right now. Chiwi
Yeah,
on just
they're-
about 99.9.
Average of 99.78, in which worst case scenario you would need 2 misses for Malaysia to even Hong Kong to even catch up. It's really hard to come back once you get into the memorizing section of 2-3 columns.
Yeah, I do think that section is probably
Not everyone actually, but even then 300 drops. Like
Yeah,
Serrero has a little bit of trouble.
Malaysia's just holding on to accuracy really well though. And now just this last section here, nothing
I mean,
actually
yeah,
too hard.
there's-
So
I think there's not much else, so I don't think Hong Kong will take this back.
Let the bass kick.
yeah, and it looks like Malaysia's going to take a third break point in a row. We've only had
Yeah,
break
great.
points so far this match.
Yeah, yeah, that's crazy. I mean, so far everyone's actually had a really good score. Like B1 SS for Chewy, all single-digit 200 count by everyone, like except for Chewy, of course.
Yeah, actually, yeah, everyone's scores were really good. Sorry you were just getting that one miss at the very end of that one section.
I think even with that miss,
Even
I
with
think
that,
Malaysia will still
Chewy-
Malaysia will still take it because
Yeah, Chewy's
ratios mostly.
the ratios are just too strong on Malaysia there.
Yeah, they have the same 200 count in total. It's just a miss really, and then the ratio itself.
So now Malaysia have another opportunity to try and take their own point. They still have Euro if they want to pick that.
They would probably go for something that you can just pick islands on it, which is year, or probably if they go adventurous, they would go Yin probably.
Yin would be a good pick. Now they're going with Verfluge.
Okay, Verflug is kind of the opposite thing that we already seen before,
Yeah, which-
Hong Kong has been picking Maelstrom and then Malaysia's picking Verflug.
Yeah, well, I mean, Malaysia did win on Maelstrom, so
So does actually Hong Kong wins on Bokura, which is actually kind of unfortunate.
yeah, really weird match so far with all of these breakpoints everywhere.
Is the trend of picking weird picks going to continue?
Maybe.
Oh, we see Zero to Snow subbing out for Yana, maybe? Or Sorero?
So we are going to get Wachokisa and X back in. Let's see who subs in for Hong Kong.
Yeah, seems like a bit of a communication going on in which either Yana, Feya, or probably Solero playing this. Probably even Zero to Snow, in which they might have baited this again.
Not another bait.
Okay, Refluge already started playing again, which is a good thing.
We've already looped all the way back around. It is a
Alright.
very short song.
Yeah, it's like 92 seconds, so it's very short.
And we're getting high.
We're seeing 67 high. I guess I've actually never seen him before in like the past matches, like in group stage.
He did play a few maps in group stage.
I see. Okay. I mean, if he is very comfortable with this, then I really think that he should be really focusing on accuracy, because these three players are kind of a little bit scary on the side of accuracy.
Yeah, definitely. We'll see if Hai can keep up, because Malaysia's accuracy was very good in previous maps. That said, Murasame can definitely keep up with Malaysia, and Meg Mewtwo Z has not been that far behind.
So far, it's looking good for Chewy. It has 100%. No, never mind. Like, even then, the 300 count is way too big. It's really hard to get 100% of the intro, though, so I guess...
It's actually really close right now. Water Kisa is actually dropping a little bit.
The difference is not too bad. I think the Ellens kind of get him into most, because how short they are. Oh, there's a lot of 300 hits by Warakisa there. And 67 high as well. Tanking accuracy by Warakisa there.
Oh, the accuracy lead is now in Hong Kong's favor.
There's still a lot to go here, so I'm not too sure, because Warakisa keeps dropping in accuracy, because it has a lot of 300.
But the map is really short. So
there's a 200. There's a 200 there.
Any drops are really big. So 200s actually mean so much right now.
Yeah, this is the last stretch of the jump stream in which you have to focus on getting accuracy back, or else you're pretty much done for. Well, scores are kind of flickering a little bit, but even then, I think...
Even then, we're at the very end of the map.
Yeah.
Will Hong Kong be able to hold on?
Oh, there's only 200 by Warakisa there. Doesn't seem too good for them. In which is at the very end of the map. It's really close.
At the very end of the map, it's still really close.
Oh, it's a lot of 200 by Warakisa there. Wow. 4 breakpoints. What?
How have we seen 4 breakpoints?
That's a full V1 S's by Hong Kong.
That's a really good team score from Hong Kong.
Yeah, that's what separates. Warakisa has a lot of issues in getting rainbows here. It's really helping. It's really helping the Hong Kong to take back its lead.
3 200s and 1 100 is just all that was needed.
And the ratio in itself
the ratio is struggling quite a lot.
It's anchoring the team quite a lot there. So even then, that's 4 breakpoints. Can we get a 5 there?
How's there been 4 breakpoints in a row? Every team is just picking each other's picks.
And, I mean, at this point, Hong Kong should probably just go with hybrids then.
Wait, what do Hong Kong pick? I don't even know what Hong Kong should pick now. Everything is all over the place.
Future Cider?
Maybe? I mean, they've won on Nerflush and Bokra and Ojikan, but they've lost on Freezing Maelstrom.
And BBKK.
Like, there's no pattern. There's no pattern here. Like,
if Hong Kong picks Wave Tapper and they lost, I'm gonna be so sad.
Wait, no, Hong Kong.
Oh,
Hong
good.
Kong
GLYF.
Oh,
is the pick for Hong Kong.
Okay.
I mean, it's one of a kind pick for, I guess, Cortex, so I don't think there's a substitute for this for Malaysia.
Okay, yeah, so we're going back to more rice, more accuracy here.
Okay, wait, hang on. I mean, if Hong Kong is actually comfortable with this, I don't think they would probably go for GLYF, because, like, given Jack picks are pretty special in terms of accuracy, it's kind of hard to tell.
It is really hard to tell who's going to win this. Like, the accuracy has really been back and forth between both of the teams, right?
It's been pretty back and forth, yeah, but I guess in terms of, like, jump stream, you could kind of see the third player is pretty much struggling. So that's the thing.
Yeah, but Core Jax is just completely different in a way to try and ratio. But we do know a lot of those players are going to be very comfortable.
The CNGLYF, the 5th pick for the match.
Will this be the first point that's actually won by the team that picks it, or are we going to see 5 breakpoints in a row?
We'll see. We'll find out. There's a lot of 200 by Maturikisa already.
Not looking that good, but 0-2 Snow actually dropping a ton of accuracy there at the start.
Not looking so hot here.
And we have the same 3 players, X-Chiwi and Murasame, holding just really nice accuracies. Murasame especially, 99.96.
Yeah, so far I think the difference in between just the 3rd player really. I think Maturikisa is climbing back up, which is really good for them. In this case, it might have been a bad pick again.
Yeah, 0-2 Snow is struggling a little bit in terms of accuracy. Meg Mewtwo is climbing accuracy slowly, needs to catch up to Maturikisa.
Yeah, Mewtwo's fine, but again, it doesn't even be the 3rd player in Malaysia, so it's kind of makes the score kind of anchored a lot more down.
Yeah, this is quite a large accuracy difference right now for Malaysia's side, even though Murasame has the highest accuracy. Oh, not anymore.
Not really.
That was 200.
Yeah.
That was a 200.
He's still hovering around the same accuracy as Chiwi, which is the highest. Like, just barely in between. Oh, actually, 0-2 Snow is climbing back up, which is actually pretty good for them. In which, that case, it's a little bit shrinking? Question mark?
Yeah, but there does need to be a combo drop from Malaysia in order for Hong Kong to come back. We are getting into the last quarter of the map now.
Yeah, this is the I guess the hardest sections of the chart, I think. Everyone's doing good so far. It's pretty nice. But then again, the scores are not even changing anywhere in terms of difference.
Yeah, everyone is now maintaining their accuracy pretty well, but there's been no kind of drops, no accuracy drops, no combo drops for either team. So Malaysia's just as I say that.
Is that gonna be enough? Is that gonna be enough?
It's the very end of the map. Whoa, wait. There's not many
wait.
left. It's not gonna be enough.
Well, that's 1,300. 1,300 points. Wow.
That was so close, but it was just barely late enough in the map to not matter.
Oh my god. That's 991k even with the miss, and that still beats Mewtwo scores. And that's a 5th breakpoint. What?
Whoa, that was close. That was really close. If the map was like 2 seconds longer, I think that might have gone over to Hong Kong.
Oh boy. What is this match? Like, I know it's gonna be a lot closer, but even then, just taking points just by mere 2,000 points of difference is just way too much.
That was insane. But 5 breakpoints in a row. Here we go.
Can we get a
Malaysia.
6? Question mark?
Malaysia, it is your turn to lose your own pick. Are they going to pick Yura now? Someone is going to pick Yura eventually, right?
Someone has to, but then there's other picks that they can go with. But then,
have to eventually.
So far it has been breakpoints. So if picking LNs is a thing, and if they lose it, it's catastrophic because none of the picks have been really clear.
I think Future Side or what?
Okay.
No,
sure.
okay, this is close. No, this is going to be a close one. I can't tell with Future Side.
I can't tell at all. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, the 3rd player is switching out in maybe RX Gamer or Cryolian. Okay, sure.
Yeah, Cryolian coming in. And are we going to see any swaps for Hong Kong? They might keep the same roster.
I don't think they might switch out, so given that they're the three, I mean excluding Murasame, excluding like you would see one particular SB section, in which case Murasame has to like know the cues for it.
Okay,
Incoming breaks on the SB section, in which I'm not gonna like talk about it, but here we go.
yeah, it could potentially happen.
I mean, I guess you would kind of see that accuracy because OD9 is fairly high for this. So accuracy is gonna mean anything here.
Yeah, we have seen Malaysia overall having slightly higher accuracy.
I mean, it's gonna change after that SB.
It's close. 02 Snow tanking a little bit of accuracy at the start.
Yeah, he's
Probably a
hitting
couple
pretty.
300s.
Yeah, he's hitting very early in the summer releases, so I guess that's the main deficit. Alright, here we go with the SB.
Oh,
No one's actually
breaking.
tripping on them. Alright.
Okay, everyone doing perfectly fine there. And now it's all going to be accuracy then from now on, and Malaysia definitely have a very large accuracy advantage.
So far it has been like LN releases that might trip 02 Snow in like on the Malaysian side. I think they've been pretty much consistent. They both have the same accuracy except for Chiwi has the highest accuracy right now.
Yeah, Chiwi is well ahead of everyone else in the lobby right now, 99.92.
Yeah, so far it has been 9,000 points of difference up until this point.
Yeah, all of Malaysia's scores are very, very solid. It's going to be really hard for Hong Kong to come back. I think even if there's a miss, I think the accuracy lead is very large right now. I don't think a miss would matter that much.
I think miss might have still been enough if it were like to miss right here, in which case the accuracy might just not falter a little bit. But I guess the damage to the accuracy is pretty much done. I guess there's no way now to come back from this.
It's way too late. Yeah, way too late in the map now to come back. So just a few notes left, and
yeah, Malaysia's taking finally their own pick.
Finally, someone wins their own pick. It only took until the 6th map in the match.
It's been crazy so far. And in which case, Malaysia needs to learn how to pick better picks in general, and try not to miss. Really, it's gonna mean anything.
Yeah, definitely. It's just misses in general in this match just means so much. So the chokes back and forth are very significant.
Hong Kong's pick. In
what do Hong Kong pick?
This Yuria, the Sylvia, Ketramon, Epic Manor, Wave Tapper, and Yin. If they will go with Wave Tapper, I'm not too surprised either.
Wave Tapper makes sense. Epic Manor?
I don't think they would probably pick Epic Manor just because of sheer accuracy from Malaysia. Since that's probably a bad.
We did see Watcher Kisa struggling with the fluke in the accuracy, so.
I mean, if anything, like higher risk pick, they should go for Ketramon, or just Ketramon's a Wave Tapper, which that's probably a viable pick for them.
That makes sense. Sylvia is probably a bit too long to be able to have an advantage on, because Malaysia's ratio just seems better overall.
Like you would see Future side that went on, I think they would probably struggle on releases. Oh, okay, Wave Tapper, there you go. Not too surprising for them. Not too surprising for Hong Kong's pick, but then they lost BBKK.
So they lost BBKK, but Wave Tapper is a completely different map. So
yeah,
it's a very different thing that's being tested. Like,
probably a different lineup for SBs this time around, because you would see Sorero for BBKK, and now probably Murasame, in which they might have practiced this one.
Yeah, and they're going straight into it, so we're gonna have the
Oh,
same
wow.
team there.
There's no
Already.
breaks already. There's no
No
breaks.
breaks. No substitutions here.
Going straight into it. That's probably the fastest transition from a map to a play, really.
Yeah, just right away. Okay, we'll see at the very start
Nice,
here.
nice ghost tap from 0-2 Snow. That's a nice touch.
Oh, you're right, actually. That is
Very
cool.
nice touch. That is cool, but then be careful not to over tap them because you don't want to.
Yeah, ghost taps are always make you really nervous to watch. Right now, it looks like Cryolian dropped a little bit of accuracy, but not too much.
I think he might have dropped 200 somewhere, but I think most of them are kind of
Yeah.
most likely 300s. But it's not the main part of it, in which that case it's fine.
Yeah, the accuracy is not that bad still. And there is still a lot of the map left, and there's
There's a 200 by Mewtwo, but Chewy has like the third best accuracy. Oh no, fourth best accuracy, because 0-2 Snow is climbing back up as well as Murasame.
and the accuracies are really close overall. It looks like Hong Kong has a very slight lead so far. Everyone seems to have practiced this really well. We're now into the
column 4 LNs, here we go.
everyone nailing them, it looks like.
Oh, yeah, 200 a little bit by Crylia, but I guess the Mewtwo is dropping a little bit accuracy there. Scores are kinda closer.
They are really close. Oh,
1,800 points of difference just up until this LN section. That's not
we
too
just
big.
have the last part of the map coming up after this break.
Oh, wow, there's a flicker! Mewtwo's dropping!
That was a 200. Oh, multiple 200s
Oh.
from Mewtwo at the very end. That's rough.
Oh, wow. It needs a lot more drops from Malaysia than to take it back. That's not
That's
good.
really brutal at the end of that extreme slow jam section.
It caused the teleport to the column 4 LNs, but it's dropping more on the Mewtwo side, so I'm not too sure here.
Oh, but it's going back and forth still. If there's just a couple of 200s from Malaysia, it'll go back to Hong Kong.
Back!
It looks like,
It's gone back!
200s
Oh my god!
from Cryolian and X, it looks like that. And now Hong Kong have a
this
very
section right here. This section right here is just pretty much it just stutters.
Make Mewtwo getting a couple 200s there in the trill.
Cryolian also gets 200 as well. I think the lead is probably sealed for Hong Kong.
Oh, the trill.
The is coming.
Hit it.
Wow! Look at that!
Hong Kong managed to take it.
Wow. Same score for Murasame and 0-2 Snow. Insane
Exactly the
V1SS.
same. 992k for both of them. Really good scores.
Completely carrying Mewtwo there. That is insane.
That was a really good. That was just really good from both teams. Like, look at all these single-digit 200s from everyone in Malaysia as well.
Wow, I did not expect like really pretty much the same score like this, but then it's maybe a 2 is dropping on the LM section might make a difference in there for a brief moment.
That was really good, and now it's back to 4-3 now.
There's
Just
4
1
more
point
picks.
away.
There's 5 more. There's 5 more picks left, and it's it's actually
Yeah,
kind of hard.
Malaysia getting to pick now, and there's really not that many picks left in the pool.
They probably can go for Ketramon, so Sylvia, or probably even Yin at this point, since they already win their first hybrid, and like the Rice in itself.
I mean,
Pretty much
they
win
didn't
back and
win
forth.
Bakura. They didn't win Bakura and Ajika.
Yeah, the Future Cider was the one that they actually didn't struggle that much.
Yeah, they did very
So-
well on Future Cider.
Yeah, alright. That's another hybrid to take care of.
Okay, they're going for Yin. We can see the left side of this map pool is just red, blue, red, blue, red, blue, red.
Yeah, it's just checkerboard.
We've got the perfect pattern on this left side.
Alright, that means it's pretty much done for Connect 4 in there, but whatever. I guess that's for the best.
This is just as acceptable, I think. Very nice.
It is acceptable. It's very rare to get patterns like these, though. To be honest with you.
But yeah, this is a very good pick for Malaysia, I think.
Sorero coming in for Hong Kong.
Yeah, and it looks like we're keeping the same roster for Malaysia as well, with Cryolian staying in.
I'm seeing like if you think if Krylan's staying in for Malaysia, because this is very high risk as a pick for a hybrid. This has a lot of like implicit patterns in between that you may choke really. Also, it's fairly short too. Like it's not even 100 seconds. There's 2 mirrors on the side of Hong Kong there. Oh boy.
Interesting. Well, Chiwi,
Okay.
100%. Very
Yeah.
nice.
Everyone else didn't get the 100%. What a god. Never mind. He actually
Oh, this is going back and forth a lot at the very start here.
Yeah. The LNs did mean to some of these, but releases are really hard to get.
Oh yeah, and we look. Sorero tanking quite a lot of accuracy there.
So does Murasame here with a lot of 200s there. Oh,
a miss!
Access
A
200
miss for
already
Max.
missed there. I mean, it's not that big of a deal because it's not the 400 combo cap, which it's still kind of close still.
Yeah, it was 300 combo in, so not quite the most impactful miss, but it's still going to matter quite a lot as the score is now in Hong Kong's favor.
Oh, Chiwi with a miss! Oh
That's
no!
the last person I expected to find a miss here.
And that's already reached the 400 there, so it's gonna be hurting the score a lot there.
That's massive for Hong Kong now. If they're able to hold on combo, they can take this map away. We're already 2/3 of the way in. There's not a huge amount left, but they really need to hold on to combo.
Huge 200 from the Hong Kong there. Oh boy. It's just a quarter left here.
The accuracy of Hong Kong is not that bad. They're not that far behind in accuracy, and the misses are just really what's making up this entire difference right now.
So far, every accuracy from Hong Kong is losing to Malaysia here. Except for Murasame, in which, in this case, it might have been good for them. This is the end of the map here.
It's just
Another break
the
point.
consistency here. The misses from Hong Kong just are not happening.
This is still a
We got another
deadlock.
break point. Oh my god, we have 6 break points and 2 points actually won by the teams that picked them, and now it's 4-4.
Yeah, props to Krylia for getting V1SS on this. That's amazing.
That is actually really solid. Yeah.
It's still tied to a deadlock.
Almost.
Yeah, it's still tied to a deadlock here. 4-4. This is probably getting close to the tiebreaker.
And oh my god, now it's Hong Kong's pick, and what the heck do you pick?
they're just at this point. Ketcherman is good. Ketcherman is now probably a good pick because it has a lot of choke points as Yin does. So
Yeah, there are very few maps left though. Very limited with the choice.
I mean, the only maps you will see is just on the right side. You would probably never see in the left side again.
Well, they're all gone, so they can't pick any on the left side. But we'll see. This is the last pick that Hong Kong will get to make. So they have to pick well. Really think about it.
It's kind of hard because their morale is just pretty much punch for punch, and Epic Manor is going to be. I thought Murasame was saying epic, and I was like, is that a pick or is he saying epic?
Is that a pick or is he just saying epic because he won? I actually didn't think it was a pick at all. I saw it and I just didn't process in my head that might have been a pick.
Alright, so we're seeing... Actually, don't know. Is it Serrero or is it Zero to Snow here? Or is it 67 high? Wait, no. That's the wrong player. That's the wrong player.
Watch which piece is going to come in for Cryolean on Malaysia.
Alright. But what's the third player for Hong Kong movie then?
Are we going to see Hai again? Hai did pretty well on Verfluche.
I mean, it's a stream pick. It's not really that much of a consistency either. It's just whether or not you will not tank 200s.
It's true. I wonder who Hong Kong are going to bring in for their third then.
It's really hard because I don't think Zero Two Snow's comfortable with this pick. So I don't know. Alright, 67 highs in the chat, so I think there you go. There it goes.
Murasama is just moving between slots.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so it's going to be 67 high coming in for Hong Kong.
Alright, this pick is, like, very crucial. Whoever wins a pick here will go to a potential match point.
Yeah, this is absolutely crucial for both of these teams to win because the picks that are left, there are no safe picks left, right?
There are no safe picks. I mean, at worst case scenario, you would just go pick the Hail Mary, like Sylvia, for example. But then, we'll see for this now. Maybe two with Mirror here. If it's comfortable, then it's comfortable. So, we'll see.
We'll see how all of these players go, and it looks like it's very even at the start. No one tanking too much, but it looks like Malaysia does have an advantage over the Act because of X and Shiwi both holding 99.9.
Everyone are above 89.9, 9.8. Watarakis is kind of falling a little bit there. Falling short, but it's not too much of an offset because the other two players are 99.9.
Yeah, it's just X and Shiwi right now are ahead of the other four players. Everyone else is holding very nice accuracies as well. They're all very consistent. But it's just those two players on Malaysia are really bringing up the score in their favor.
I guess this is pretty much a pseudo break here because here's the streams here. Like I said before, 200s from Watarakisa there. That's really dangerous.
And the scores get a little bit closer because of that. But maybe you
also drop off a
lot.
Yeah. There's a break here, so you don't get too much of a break. Oh my god. Oh
it's
boy.
Still really close. But Malaysia is going to slowly inch out their lead.
The act is not even changing at most here. There's still 1/3 of the lap left. Nick2's is similar accuracy as what Trekkies there, so it's just punch for punch from between the other two players here. Oh boy,
Yeah,
this is the fixed game here.
We'll see if Malaysia can hold on now because
There's a lot of 300s there, oh my god. There's a trails right here. 200 by Trekkies there.
200. This is really close now. But they need more. They need more 200s from Malaysia.
Of course they need more, but then this is the jump stream section in which I don't see them choking because this is straightforward.
And it looks like this might be a point for Malaysia then.
Still quite a bit to go here. I think it's just go to Malaysia here. Oh wow.
Yep, they're gonna win out on the accuracy because of X and Chiwi just destroying that in terms of their accuracy.
2.7k point difference, and Chi with V1SS, XX with
95.
near V1SS. That's 2 V1SSs on the side of the two stronger players here, but ratio is falling apart here. Jeez.
Really close scores though between these two teams, and that's another break point. We have
Sylvia, Ketramon, and Yura. And Yura is probably not gonna be picked anytime soon here.
What will Malaysia pick? This is going to be the last pick before a potential tiebreaker.
Are they even comfortable with Yura at this point? Because
I mean, they've avoided it for so long. I was surprised. I thought Yura would be a very early pick for Malaysia, but if they've avoided it for so long, they're clearly not very comfortable, right?
so here's the thing, like Boku no Jiken went so close at the very end because of the miss right after.
Yeah.
And then Yura is kind of the same thing, but except for the fact that it's really chokeable.
Yura is
So
very chokeable.
It's kind of like out of the way, but at the same time, Ketchup is also very high risk as a pick.
And I think Hong Kong has been FCing more maps than Malaysia has. Malaysia's been the team to miss on a lot of these maps.
Oh my god, I have no idea what they're gonna pick. Yura!
Oh, they're going for
okay.
Yura. Finally, at the very
Oh,
end
boy.
of the match, we're gonna see Yura.
Oh my god, Hong Kong already saying we're saying rip already. Oh no. Oh, that's not good.
So we'll see. Malaysia does have Chiwi on their team. That is going to be a massive boost in score for them.
They've been avoiding longness for so long, but then you have Boku no Jiken as their first or second pick, and then you have Yuri at the very end. It doesn't seem pleasant.
Yeah, like we haven't really seen much of the long notes from either of these teams in this pool. It's just Bakura and Jikan, and Bakura and Jikan went to Hong Kong. Yin also went to Hong Kong.
That's Future
Why
Side
Hong
went to
Kong be winning
Malaysia.
all their wins?
Yeah, so I have no idea.
This whole match,
This has been going back and forth so much.
like the whole match has been so backwards. Like Hong Kong has won both of the LN focus picks so far, and that's against what we thought had the advantage.
I have no idea what to expect here. I'm just gonna pray that this goes to a tiebreaker, and the match just keeps going on. But we'll see. This is the final pick before potential tiebreaker. Pick number 10.
Number 10.
Already seeing notes coming out. A lot of misses, but that's not a miss. It's just
Only
decent.
9% from Cryolene.
Oh boy.
Okay, now we're back
A lot
into
of
it.
a lot of 200s by 02 Snow. That's already not a good sign.
02's just struggling quite a lot in the intro here. And it only gets harder to act
Oh,
from here on.
wow.
Maybe Jizzy finding a miss. Sorry, Iro finding a miss.
Oh wow, that's a complete drop there by Hong Kong.
Oh, and this is looking really bad for Hong Kong now. We are still at the very start of the map though. The misses didn't happen before the 400 combo mark. But Hong Kong
Yeah, but
really
still-
massive drops from Malaysia, and
Chiwi's accuracy is so stupid.
Chewy is ridiculous. You do not ratio this map.
Yeah, at all. I don't think he would probably even go for a ratio, but here he is.
This is not a map that anyone would really go for ratio. I'm sorry, Hero finding another miss.
Yeah, I don't
And
think I think
That is
that's
just
like
a
coming back at
massive
all.
point lead now. Does look like Malaysia's been saving this one for last.
Yeah, looks like it. Yeah, I do believe that's pretty much at an advantage. Or like, I don't think Hong Kong is coming back from this.
No, there is. It's just impossible now. The end of the map
Mean-
coming up here.
Yeah. Meanwhile,
even
I
if
think it.
there's-
Yeah.
Even if there's several misses from Malaysia now, it's not going to be enough. They have such a massive accuracy lead as well, with Cryolian
I think-
and Shibi,
yeah.
of course.
I think Chiwi's just flexing at this point. 997.6 thousand, in which 8300s.
How?
Everyone else
How
doesn't
are
have
you
a
getting
100.
this?
Everyone else doesn't have a 200 or below, but he just gets like 40% of the 300s.
How do you ratio this map?
Even then, Congratulations for Malaysia
No,
for moving on, winning
at
against
the
Hong Kong
very end.
6-4.
6-4, an insanely close match though.
That is insane match right here. This is going pretty much a lot closer than we thought.
Oh, this was ridiculously close. Hong Kong, very, very close to taking this to tiebreaker. There were a lot of close picks that they just barely lost as well.
They're quite on the brink of a tiebreaker, but given that they're saving LM pick at the very last was a very strategic thing. I don't know what they're in their minds, but it works. If it works, then it works.
Yeah, definitely. But congratulations to Malaysia. They are going to be advancing on, and they're going to be versing USA in the quarterfinals winners bracket next week.
And then there you have it. You have the full bracket for the upcoming quarterfinals match next. We have Brazil versus United Kingdom, Malaysia versus United States, Korea versus Japan, Singapore versus Philippines for the winners bracket. And then you take a look over the losers quarter. We have France versus Argentina, Mexico versus Hong Kong, Netherlands versus Thailand, and Finland versus Indonesia. Very exciting matches to come in.
There are a lot of close matches there, especially like the losers bracket matches are really spicy.
Yeah, especially like considering how round 16 goes, this has been a lot closer than we thought. Even though there's no tiebreakers this time around, but a barely sweep was no tiebreakers at all.
No sweeps at all though. All of the teams that are currently in the losers bracket are all really good.
Yeah, they have been really good.
It is going to be really interesting to see some of those matches in the losers bracket.
Yeah, this have been for round of 16 matches overall, and we're after that we're gonna be having the quarterfinals map pool showcase, in which it's gonna be a lot more exciting, and we're joining with Kamikaze as the other commentator will be going for a showcase here. How's it going?
Hey everyone, I haven't been here for a long while, but I'm glad to be back.
Yeah, good to have you a while back here. I think we've been pretty much kind of a long while since last year's World Cup, but yeah, here we are, I guess.
Yeah, and I'm pretty excited to see the map pool. Of course, I have the notes already, but I'm excited to see some of those picks, because some picks I feel like are pretty obvious, but some I've never seen before, so we'll see.
Yeah, this quarterfinal picks in general have been, I guess for the most part, probably the best in terms of like in the tournament, because how like hiccups from like around 16 have been sort of like there have been picks like hybrids which have been kind of questionable at some point. But then I think quarterfinals might have amended some of it, so I'm excited to see what are these to come.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting for sure.
Alright, we're just gonna be waiting for a little bit until once we get to the showcase. And in the meantime, just wait to see and, probably ask questions in the Twitch chat, I guess, if you want to.
Not Camelia's song again. I'm sorry, it's Camelia featuring Nanahira. It's Senpai Notice Me. I'm calling it.
I believe, I don't think they would probably appreciate the Senpai Notice Me in the pools anyway. Especially with Nanahira, but I mean, no disrespect to Nanahira,
Hell yeah.
but really, I don't think we're probably seeing anytime soon, I guess.
I mean, if we had Camelia featuring Nanahira as a tiebreaker, that would be just the best for me. I would be singing along.
I mean, that's probably the least expected thing to do if we were to see showcase even.
Okay, and we see the bracket once again.
Yeah, bracket once again. I think Malaysia kind of removed there, and I pretty sure that I said Malaysia versus USA before, but
yeah.
I guess just there.
If I'm not wrong, actually, this might be the first time in also Mania World Cup history that we've had a round of 16 where there was no sweeps at all. 0 sweeps.
Yes, this has been the year of no sweeps. Like, you would see 6-1, but that's the very least of the match you would see. That's just a
Yeah.
6-1, and then everything else is a 6-2 to 6-4.
I'm actually surprised that Mexico took a point of USA, because USA is looking incredibly strong this year. But Mexico is also one of those surprises from low seeds. Like the group stage was insane this year.
It has been really insane, especially like the seedings like this year. You would see 5 low seeds coming to like the round of 6 or the knockout stages like this, like Netherlands, for example, Finland, Mexico, and so on and so on. It's just really wild to see.
I don't think I've actually seen either Hong Kong, Netherlands, Finland, or Mexico in round of 16 before.
All right, I think without further ado, we probably should be jumping back to the showcase, and I think we'll probably be ready to introduce the picks here. And we're seeing the first pick already, Face Breaker by Divine Hersey. This is the jump spin consistency base pick, the Rice, but again, by Shoegazer. Daily reminder to download Breakcore Princess, as it said in the notes. So,
of course.
All right. This is 238 BPM, not 261. So 238 BPM is the correct one here. You would see just kind of the same basic premise as Fluke, as in the round 16 pool. So there you go.
Yeah, it's OD 8.5, so it's going to be a little bit tighter to get accuracy on, but it shouldn't be too difficult given the stage.
It is not too difficult because I think they have like the jump stream in itself is kind of broken to the point where it's pretty much you would need a basic understanding of what the song's going for, but that's not even the hardest part yet, since it's just kind of broken script for every half measure.
Yeah, so far it looks pretty straightforward. It's just broken jump stream with some occasional trills here and there, and it's a pretty pretty standard consistency pick.
There's some really good repetitions used here. Like you would see some trills going on, and then the jump stream here is kind of just the same premise of what the Perf Loop been. So it's kind of tough to get accuracy from because of OD 8.5, but it's pretty straightforward for what it does. And it's probably the only breaking we'll see here. And after that, it's just you will see the longest jump stream measure from here. It never stops.
Yeah, it's basically like light jump stream at 238 BPM, with some occasional jump drill, some occasional hands, but nothing too dense. So it's not that hard yet.
Yeah, you see like some patterns like for here now. It's kind of like it's kind of like rolly at some point, but then again, it's just you would normally not to like roll the like jump stream even. You would just try to sacrifice accuracy in some combo. And it just goes on and on until the very end of the chart. And I think the end of the chart has the same thing as the intro, in which that's a nerve breaker if you want to see like a view on SS in general.
Yeah. And the chart is not too long as well. It's 2 minutes 55 seconds. Like pretty standard length. Especially with the breaks, 2 small breaks in the middle. It's not too stamina heavy.
It's kind of on the side of stamina, but then I guess it has a generous amount of breaks, so it's fine, really. And there we go, we got first pick done, and we should be jumping on the second pick here. You would mind to introduce this one?
Yeah, it's the obligatory Camellia pick, of course. Camellia Maboroshi, charted by Mint, difficulty Mirage. It's a hybrid pick, leaning towards more LN-oriented hybrid. It's OD 7.5, HP 8.7, 4.5 stars, 2 minutes 47 seconds of range time. I mean, we're already seeing the hybrid elements. Those small reverses.
Yeah, this kind of like has the same premise as for Chrono Chikan in a way, because of how the elements are structured. But then, I guess in general, it's kind of a little bit dumb. It's kind of like a dumpier side of things, in which it's kind of like overemphasized on the notes itself. So it's a pretty challenging hybrid, and it's really hard just because of, I mean, only 7.5 really. It's just how these staccato LNs.
Yeah, but there's oh, those bursts are pretty fun. But there's a lot of those one note inverses. It's kind of like stream inverses, short, spread out throughout the entire chart.
Oh yeah, this has been like this some kind of tasteful repetitions around it just because the burst and stuff. And I guess this is the only break. I guess, I mean, that's probably the only break in this song, rather.
Yeah, but even on this break, you still have to be concentrated because those LNs aren't necessarily connected to the next LN, so the release timing is a little bit off to what you might be used to.
And just basic familiar things, you always have build up. Yeah, those bursts in particular after when the roll jumps in right here. And there you go. You have a little bit samey. It's kind of samey, it's a little like the first half of it, in which you would really need to focus.
Yeah. It seems like a very well balanced hybrid. More leaning towards the lands with those inverses and those short bursts.
I guess you would say that I think this might be on the side that you will probably pick this against probably like along the other hybrids, because I think this is normally you would see picks like this coming up at like basically in a situation where you get like 3-3 or like 4-3 or something like that, where you basically still tying. This is like really nerve-wracking to like even play in the first place.
Yeah, but it also doesn't seem particularly difficult for this stage. It's well balanced throughout, so there's no real big spikes in the chart, I feel. But so this isn't as risky of a pick as it might have been, but it's still kind of risky because it's a hybrid.
Yeah, this is still, I mean, very risky for hybrid. The patterns in itself is really hard to hit even. And we're jumping on the third pick right here, and I think gonna have to see kind of a luck chart, but not really. This is Jimpy Jump by Valdict. A chord jack pick coming up at 132.5 BPM approximately, because 265, and OD9, which is really hard to time already. At least like rolls already. It's already not fun to like even hit.
The thing is, it's OD9, but aside from those small bursts and those drum trills, this is not actually that hard to accuracy just because this is chord jacks. So although those chord jacks are kind of awkward to hit.
Yeah, I guess in the sense that we kind of picked this for quarterfinals, it's just because that chord checks are really hard to find, and eventually this idea happened, and then we, like, I mean, the good news is the short LNs at the end is removed, so
yeah,
you would probably never see 200 at the very end just because of that staccato LN.
Yeah, those short LNs on Score V2 and on 1.15, they will be deadly.
That would be really deadly, yeah. And I think the hardest section coming up right here is the transition where you would have to do jump streams into chord jacks, like this one. This is really hard to like transition in and out.
Yeah, especially if you're just used to chord jacking for the entire chart. Although there are small bursts here and there, those triplets.
Although I think in the chat, Kylie said that this is watered down plastics. I think you might be right about plastics jump field. You know, this is actually kind of faster.
Yeah, this is getting really dense in the ending.
Yeah, this is you have no stop here, and that one's the only break, and then we still go. It still keeps going. And I think probably Min on the replay missed right around here. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, okay, at the very end.
Yeah, that's a bingo right there. I think there's a bingo where you have a first miss on a replay showcase. But there you go. That's the third pick right there.
And we're going to the pick that we saw just before on the pick by Hong Kong, actually, for warm-up, if I remember correctly. And
Bombarded by B, the Twitch chat. Let's go.
Yeah, Miskyu featuring Choco of B. Everyone knows this song already. Everyone has seen this chart already on the warm-ups, so you know.
It's just B. It's nothing else to even look at. It's just long notes. Or
Okay, there are
bongo,
some-
sorry. Bongo, sorry, not long notes.
Well, there are some other lyrics in this song, not just B. But you know,
Oh yeah, sure. I mean, what do you know? Like you're probably not even singing this song already. You just want to be. Yeah, that's the thing.
I'm just waiting for this section because I haven't actually seen this in the match, so I'm interested to see how it was charted in the B part.
Oh
This is
yeah,
some
you would.
interesting patterning.
That's really pretty repetitive patterning to say the least. But again, this is I would say this is the Ellen density consistency / pick. So
I mean,
you would
this is-
normally see, kind of see like that.
I mean, yeah, but this is kind of repetitive, but also the song is kind of repetitive.
And here comes Lacrima Trills.
Oh my god! Ray, why? Jesus. I think this is
Not
gonna
only-
be fun quite a lot.
Not only that this is the long time running meme as a rhythm game community, not only
Yeah.
is this, but that pattern exists for that now.
Yeah, it's like the DDR chart for this song. It actually has just a straight jack for the entire B part.
Oh yeah, it's just one column. Yeah, it's just one arrow jack. Very good score by Mendo.
Nice. Yeah, that is a very strong score, but I don't see this being picked so often.
And again, we're seeing next pick coming up from Shoegazer once again, forgotten by the Ghost of 3.13. Extra difficulty. This is not the 2015 difficulty. This is the 263
Yeah,
BPM,
thank God.
a brand new chart from Breakcore Princess.
Thank God it's not the old chart.
Also, shoutouts to FFR users that is playing for the D6 tournament, in which I probably shouldn't say that, but oh well, this is the technical side of things, technical rice pick, I should say. Has a lot of 1/5 burst, it's not 1/6, so there's like equivalent to like 320-ish BPM, in which this is already really hard to get through.
Yeah, this just has a lot of really long bursts and really fast bursts.
Also, you will never see long jacks. You should see like long jacks like on the column 2, but this is just straight up this. Yeah, this is pretty much
Yeah,
watered down.
that's better. Yeah, this chart is also OD9, so it's going to be really hard to get good accuracy on. Especially with those bursts coming in pretty much all the time.
Oh yeah, that's the only break, and then after that you just all systems go really. Especially timing this is gonna be hell. It's OD9,
Yeah.
and it's really hard to get down these bursts properly.
Especially since there are mostly like rolly patterns. There are some trilly bursts, but they're mostly rolly and they're pretty hard to accuracy on their own.
I would say that this is actually like the pick that you would probably see a lot of struggle for like lower seeded teams. So
Yeah.
expecting like I guess really like struggles really in terms of like how the patterns are structured.
I'm expecting this to be picked actually very often by the teams that are just more confident in row skill and in rice ability.
Also, those rolls are kind of pretty heavy on one side. I guess if you would kind of want to mirror it for sure, but it's
Yeah.
still really heavy. And then it doesn't end until at this rolls like this, it just ends the map.
Yeah, this roll at the end, the split roll, is going to be also very tricky, especially since it's at the very end.
Also, here comes another Grimes track from last year. This is Kill Be Made by Bringo Brango. This is the cut version, not the full version. Thankfully, this is around 3 minutes. OD 7.4, HP 9. This is a hybrid. This is pure mix, as has distinct sections. Like the rice, it's kind of dumb, like dumb stream kind of, in a way. And this is like, I guess this is probably like the easiest hybrid, I should say. I mean, this is when you see like these rise sections, there's nothing to worry about except this has distinct like elements right here. You would see like this. Like this one is really hard to get.
Oh, okay, this is looking very hard. It's going to be hell to get the timing right for the reasons.
Also, yeah, the Ray revealed decided to chat that the replay names of history. I mean, you can kind of guess really who's playing this because of these scroll speed, you know. But that happens.
Oh, that's probably Juan Crystal.
Or maybe Juan Crystal, I guess. That's true. That's true. I guess that's true.
And those shorter lengths are going to be nasty also in those right patterns.
I mean, those ones are kind of just like on 1/6. So it's not really that bad. And this is the only break, I guess, you have it in here. And I guess you would kind of seem like that this is familiar from like the last year's pick. You would probably remember multi-talents in UMP9. I think this is the combination between the two.
Oh yeah. I can see that.
Here you go. You get the kind of multi-talent pick.
Yeah, those 3-note drugs are also with those quads and some doubles and triples here and there. Pretty tricky. And then coming into those bursts, yeah, this is.
And then it's the same thing.
Pretty hard to control overall, especially on the transitions.
And then it comes right back with the rail and releases like here. And it just keeps coming back with the more LNs, except this is kind of angry for what it does.
And there's a lot of shields in here. There's a lot of jacks coming into the LNs. There's also a test of coordination.
And here you go. Got the 6th pick coming right away. And you will probably know this next pick, so I'll just let you take this one.
The 7th pick is pretty iconic, not only for the Polish community, but also for the ITG community, because obviously the ITG Classic, Zigzag Vertex, charted by Underjoy, Oni difficulty, and this is our SV reading pick. This is played at 18 scroll by Walter, and this is OD8, HP8, and the BPM, I think the BPM goes from 60 to 500.
I think it's the 500.
Yeah, you'll see. This scroll speed is slightly slower than even with the replay. I mean, even on normal speed, this scroll speed is slower than you're usually used
Yeah, like this one, yeah.
Yeah, you have those slow jumps with very mind-blocky patterns. This is so mind-blocky on this slow scroll speed.
And then, surprise, surprise. It's kind of hard to time that correctly though. Like those kind of the stuttery.
I mean, after 1 or 2 tries, you can get it pretty easily. At least I did when I tried this.
Oh yeah, for
those
sure. Oh, that one. That's actually a trap to most people, I think.
Yeah, but it also takes 1 or 2 tries and you'll get it. And this part, the slowest scroll in the chart.
This hurts so much to even to even hit them properly.
Yeah, those 1-3s, the offbeat. And after that, we're coming to this faster scroll speed, because at the end, with every single break in the chart, kind of in the patterning, VPM gets higher, the scroll speed gets higher, as you can see now.
Yeah, this is really getting faster. I mean, especially you would really need to turn down your scroll speed at the bit. Like, you would probably never see these fast gems in the light of this.
Yeah, the patterning is pretty light, but you cannot really cheat it, and the scroll speed gets really fast. That's why you have to lower your scroll speed for this.
This is the easiest SV pick, and then we got V-Snares Frictional Nevada by Gekido. This is I guess you would kind of say a parkour chart once again. This is the rice, like the rice pick that is pretty much on a mix, like technical side of things. This has a lot, kind of like the same vibes as the well, what's it called, the Forgotten, but this is pretty much consistent throughout. And this is OD8 and HV9, and this has a lot of things to cover, like those triple jacks on the left side there.
A lot of fast jacks and a lot of very trilly, two-hand trilly patterning. Like we saw this kind of half bracket on before.
You'll probably never rest on this either, because I think the burst and stuff is kind of varied, and some of those 1-8s are really hard to get through.
Yeah, it's very fast.
Oh yeah, those are really tricky transitions. Like, I think every iteration of it have been really kind of hard to get through. So we really need to focus on hitting them specifically.
Yeah, this is not only fast with those bursts, but the patterning isn't easy either.
So you really don't give any breaks here. It's just you have to nail them you have to nail them, every single one of them.
That one burst before with this 3-2-3 drill coming into the rolls, that was also hard.
And that's one of the sections is actually kind of mean here. Like those bursts.
Yeah.
And that's been it for pick number 8. Got to number 9. This is another Gekido chart. This is Elaine by Eager and Ruby My Dear. This is the hybrid pick. I guess you would kind of say this is more to tech, leaning towards tech, just because of how there's quite a lot of short elements already coming throughout here. This possibly one of the longest picks here on the pool, which is 3 minutes and 36 seconds. This is called OD8 and HP8.
Oh, you can already see that it's very technical.
It gets a lot technical from here. I think it's fairly, like, you would see most of them have a lot of kind of like distinguished breaks in between, and then there's a lot of like tricky one-hand trill section like that.
Yeah, there's a lot of mini jacks, a lot of different rhythms, a lot of bursts. Those LNs are also pretty hard to get good accuracy on. Especially mixed with those bursts.
Also, this is the only, probably like the only LNs right here, but then after that it's just pretty much the same thing over and over. Although I think once you get to like that first like there is one thing to watch out for. And then the 2/3 of the way in which you have to keep your eyes peeled.
It's kind of stop-go streams and bursts. But you have like a very tiny break, and then right away there's a big burst coming up. It's very tiring to play.
And then these staccatos are it's kind of easy to get you like just to tap it and release it immediately, but then it's kind of sort of like mini jack game in which you have to really nail them.
You need pretty insane reading and control to get them perfectly.
Some of these jump gut transitions are really nasty to hit, even like those the 3-4, 1-4, and 1-2 at the same time. Yeah, those like those jump guts again, and those LN trails in 1-4. It's really hard to get. And I think this is the section that I'm kind of probably gonna talk about here.
Oh god. Yeah,
there's a bit of it. Yeah. I mean, not only that. There's a kind of specific dumb section that is pretty much intermittent into vocals. Maybe after this one. Alright, this one, I think.
Yeah.
Right around here, in which
Oh god, this burst!
This one, yeah, this is really
Jesus
hard.
Christ.
You have to keep your eyes peeled.
Yeah, this is me when I play this chart.
Oh no, that
Oh,
one
God.
feels like that is actually
Yeah,
really
this is
hard.
also a really rough transition.
But then I think that's pretty much kind of the end of the chart after that. And then those jump bus transitions are really nasty to hit.
And descending burst also. Yeah, this is going to be a really, really risky pick for players, for teams. I don't think that's
Yeah.
gonna be banned a lot, but I don't think it's gonna be picked a lot either.
Yeah, we got another kind of a meme side of things of the song, I think. Infinite Mashups by Triple T, by Valdic, on a speed stream or a kind of dumpish category. This is probably the shortest pick in the pool, which doesn't last like a TV size length, in which has a 4.73 stars, OD8, and you kind of see some sections akin to like very, very meme songs.
Yeah, it seems pretty straightforward. It's just stream speed, basically. It's how fast does the streams are actually? Because it looks like it might be 308.
It's around 308, yes, and some of them doesn't even look like a straight 308. Some of them does have like 112 bursts in between.
Oh, nice.
So this is pretty much going for the songs that still are kind of memorable.
Yeah, that's a banger. It's a great song. Oh, yeah, as we see here, there's nothing too special about patterning itself. It's just very fast streams with some jump flip transitions, and that's it for the chart, basically. This LN section is actually not that easy, not as easy as it seems. But there you go. Nice. Okay, so we see another pick, pick number 11 as the LN release pick, Dolphin Talk by the Toaster, not to be confused with Toast Daddy. The difficulty Echo, OD6, 3.5 minutes of length, 4.4 star rating, and we've seen this chart in Soft 3 before.
Oh yeah, this is the software flashbacks, I guess, once again. This is pretty much the LN release phase pick. Like, it's kind of... Yeah, I think this is pretty much the LN release phase pick, as this has a lot of things going on in the LNs here.
Yeah. The OD6 can be deceiving because it is lower already than usually for LN picks, but the releases are very, very hard. The timing is very hard to get, like deceivingly hard. You might think that it's not too difficult to get good accuracy on, but it is. It is very difficult.
It is really difficult, yeah, and those are inverse that kind of overextend the length of it. It's really hard. Also, yeah, with OD6, might look like it's a little bit lenient, but no, this is actually really hard because of the short ones around. It's just like running around. I think this is probably
God.
like around, yeah. This is probably like around the same length as falling down from like the last pool, in which that's probably like in the same case as it really, but like the elements itself is kind of like around like the string business, but sometimes they are not, so you really have to pay attention to them.
You know, this chart kind of reminds me of Juan Crystal's Dopamine. That was also picked on numerous tourneys, and it's also OD6, and it's also deceivingly difficult to get releases right. I'm not sure if Dopamine was actually picked for MWC before, but it might have been.
Yeah, I don't think it might have been picked yet. At least from like the Juan's maps in general, I think like more like the other picks have been picked, really, but not Dopamine. And this is another right. This is really gonna get tougher in terms of release.
All the verses are tied. Also, just to transition into this into this chorus, it was pretty brutal. The quad of LNs and 2-3 Jack just before.
And I think that's pretty much like the how the chart goes. Really, it's just has a mix of bag of releases really here and there. It just doesn't look like it's gonna give you any break here really.
Yeah, I do expect it to be. Actually, I don't know if this will be banned over B, but I would expect that this is going to be harder to get good accuracy on, but maybe easier to combo than B, because B was pretty coordination heavy.
I guess more so in the sense of accuracy side, this is more so on the higher risk of the LN picks anyway. And we're moving on to a quote-unquote right stamina-ish consistency pick here. This is Hellblind C204 by Lane. This has, I guess, probably the longest pick in the pool, I guess. 4 minutes and 27, OD 8, HP8, stars of 5.2. This is, I guess you would see this in the rank section, and you might be right. This is the one.
It's actually been ranked pretty recently as well. But it's pretty standard, like stamina jump stream chart.
Also, I failed to mention that the streams at the intro of the chart is really pretty much like awkward to hit because of how they are structured in terms of like they're kind of dumpy in a sense, but then it just like transitions to like standard jump stream transitions. Also, 210 BPM is still fairly lower in terms of like the stamina composition to it. So it's still a fairly easy pick regardless.
Yeah, I mean, this is fairly standard patterning. Really.
Yeah, this is really pretty, I guess it has generous amounts of breaks really, so I guess you would get a lot of breather here. Like this one, like the breaks here. I think this is probably like the second to last break, I think.
Yeah, this is the second break already in the chart, so far it's not too stamina heavy. It had some moments where the density picked up with hands, but it's nothing too spiky really. It's just basically jump stream, like you're used to.
And then we're just back into it again. I mean, the standard measure is that the patterning is just pretty much kind of the same throughout, except for some instances where you have jumps in between, in which they're kind of trilly in a sense. So it drags you a lot, given there has a lot of downtime to it, but it just keeps going. Also, I guess you would call this a break. You would call this a break.
Yeah.
And then we're back into this again.
For a stamina pick, this is not actually that hard on stamina. It's also jump stream consistency, kind of.
Oh yeah, you would see that the small fraction of this transition on the jump stream is most like around here, but believe it or not, it's not the case here. Because the patterning tends to get a lot harder from here on out. Because this kind of turns into handstream at some point. I mean, it's fairly like handstream, but it's just still dense.
Yeah, this is fairly dense, but at 210 BPM, pretty much all the players remaining in the tournament should be comfortable with this.
And then you have to watch out for this 1-6 streams. This is me. This is a combo breaker, yeah.
This is hard, yeah.
You have to keep on your toes, really, for emphasis of this section, really. Also, there's a little bit of a distinct section in which it turns into like a 1/3 section. In which that's kind of awkward, even to hit, but the chart it is.
It's definitely a mix-up in the charts. The chart does have mostly the 1/4 jump streams, but here, yeah, it picked up in the density. There's some bursts, It has
And
some
then
variety.
some jump drill. It has some variety, yes. It is just pretty much you have to be really consistent at it because stamina, yes, because it's just like the second half it kind of matters the most, but it's really just how you need to proceed to conserve the amount of energy to its discharge.
And that's it.
Yeah, there you have it. And we got the last hybrid of the pool. This we got Tipper, bubble control. This is another cut by Lenfried, or Vampire as his recent handle. This is leaning towards the most rice mix of side of things. This is only 8 HP and starting at 4.55. And this is not even 4.55. Let me remind you, this is actually kind of difficult to actually judge this properly. This
Yeah,
has
that seems underrated.
a lot of the things, it's not even like the Ellens are matter the most because, like I said, this is almost rice mix heavy. This has a lot of things to contribute. And this is probably like the only section that kind of gives you like the least amount of breaks, I guess. And the bulk of the section is really into like how varied the patterns are. Like these sections right here.
Oh, yeah, this is spicy. A lot of those jacks, a lot of tight bursts that you need a lot of control for.
I mean, it's pretty much bubble control, so you need to control.
Yeah. Also with some mixed snaps, so you might trip up very easily if you don't know the song. It's going to
Also,
be
I
very
think-
hard to be consistent at.
Also, the Ellens are kinda, it gives you like the, some sort of a flow break, so it's kinda, you gotta like, when you're like holding those Ellens, you really have to prepare to hit the next section really up until the next Ellen comes. Kinda gets nastier towards the end too, I guess. It's really hard to nail because of the timing as well. There's a lot of things
Yeah.
to go for.
This has a lot of variety in.
And also there's a bit of inverse.
nice. Nice inverse.
Those inverts are also pretty fast too, so you need to nail them also as well. Also, it just pretty much stays the same around it, and that's the end of the chart. And we're moving on to, I guess you would kind of call this is another pick in which this might be right. This is the SV memorization / reading, because I think it has the same thing. So, Sacriverse Anti-Crystal mapped by myself. This is 2 minutes and 46 drain time, OD6, and has 3.2 star rating. And holy crap, did I make an SV chart? Yes.
It happens.
So it happens, yeah. So it kind of reminds you in a way that it's kind of like a Coils chart, but the first half of it kind of makes it like so. So we'll just see what happens, because you'll kind of it kind of surprise you in a way.
It is OD6, so it's not necessarily that hard to get accuracy on.
You
Well,
have to
you're
learn
thinking,
these cues really properly here.
Yeah, but I see that that SV tricks are pretty repetitive. So once you learn how the rhythm goes, it's not terribly hard so far.
Yeah, it's not too terribly, but there's like kind of teleports right there. It's kind of trick you to release those LS and then hit the next section of patterns.
Yeah, it seems pretty consistent with gimmicks so far.
That was kind of tricky, like slow down here.
A test of patience.
Also, this has kind of the same skeleton. I mean, not really the same. Like, even though it's sort of no Quills chart, this has the same skeleton of the SVs. And it has the same thing, except it has, like, toned down, I guess. Like these LS right here. You have to really know these cues properly on the releases.
Ooh. There was a spicy moment, oh yeah, here, where you just, on the same
burst.
hand, you hold one LN, but you release the other. On the same hand, that's going to be tricky.
Also, the pattern is really repetitive, but then You gotta watch out for this one. It's kind of hard to know the timing of this.
Yeah, this can trip up a lot of players, but it seems like, as I said in the beginning, the gimmicks are very consistent. It's just a matter of knowing the song. And just
Also, the gaps are really small after this. And then you gotta watch out for the next... These things right here.
Oh, wow. Okay, that took me by surprise. Just the final nail in the coffin.
Yeah, remember to hit that note, or else it's kind of yikes. Also, it's when you look at this chart in the editor, so you would have to expect the last note is the last note when you hit the 0 BPM is pretty much unsnapped, but it's actually snapped to like to 1/8. So you have to remember about it.
Yeah, and now it's time for our tiebreaker, and of course it's Camellia featuring Nanakira. No, I'm joking.
Nah, joke's on you. This is Accurate Lapix. Synergy, charted by Crystalline or Serenade. Actually, a little bit of a hint collab? Question mark? Because this is kind of not really a collab because I kind of add some twist to it, and the pattern generally gets a little bit harder. So there you go. Also, the tiebreaker is kind of leaning on the LN side of things, but I mean, hopefully it doesn't really overwhelm you that much. Also, you gotta have to kind of memorize some, barely noticeable slow jams, sorta. I know those,
nice
just to spice it up. I mean, it's kind of like more like a stream rather than a verse, but there you go.
Yeah. I'm actually interested to see the SVs and how much they actually impacted the chart.
I mean, you wouldn't really notice the SVs because of the lower scroll speed.
I guess so.
I mean, the SVs are fairly easy, I guess. And then there's a little bit of a...
Seems like the SVs are more reading oriented, which is nice.
Yeah, it's pretty much basic, I guess. Like, the SVs are not really that difficult to get on, especially if you know the iteration of the when this is before this version comes out. Because the first version comes out doesn't have any SVs and has a really easy patterning.
Ooh, nice jacks. Is it the jump stream? I think this is 1/6.
These are on 1/6. Yeah, you're correct. So they're kind of like 250-ish to 247 meters, and then there's a little bit. Those SVs are kind of rough to get, and then there's a little bit of anchor action going on.
Oh, those jacks, yeah, those mini jacks into LNs are pretty rough.
This is pretty, yeah. This is like just pretty much a kind of like a block from the verse iteration of the chart. And you would notice the slow jumps kind of after this one, I guess, but then just slowly speeding up again.
Yeah, pretty LN heavy build up.
Yeah, this is pretty LN build heavy. I guess the second half tends to get a lot more LN heavy. I mean, that's kind of how Camellia tiebreaker, any tiebreaker goes. I guess not just Camellia.
Kind of, yeah.
Also, this slow jam is fairly noticeable in the first one.
Yeah, as long as the SVs aren't too intrusive in tiebreakers, I'm for them.
I guess, kinda want to not to disappoint you, because I guess the SVs, it's not really you have to memorize them. You have to know the cues of this one. Yeah, that one's kind of rough.
Yeah. This is pretty hard, especially with those jacks in the middle of the inverses. That's going to be really tricky to get.
And there's some on the right section too in the LNs now.
It's pretty much just coordination with those occasional bursts.
Yeah, it just keeps going really, and then the pattern itself doesn't really let up because of the how the shields in between. It's
Yeah.
just really hard, and especially when you go into the tiebreaker situation, it's never gonna get fun at all.
And the landing burst is also really hard.
Yeah, those are gonna be the main choke point, and that's pretty much how the chart structure goes. It's just, I guess, kind of like in the Ellen side of things, but I guess that's the gist of the chart itself.
And the Zending. If you lose concentration, you can very easily lose the match there.
Yeah, pretty much. And that's it. That's the quarterfinals tiebreaker. Kind of excited to see how it goes for the teams out there that is playing for this flow, actually.
Yeah, with this bracket that we have, it's going to be really interesting to see those matches. Especially since already in the first round we had 0 sweeps, so this already bodes well for the second round.
Yeah, this is, I guess, pretty much it. And yeah, there's a screen going on. There you go. There's the brackets right here. Yeah, like you already said before, you have the winners bracket right around here. It's just first one is gonna be Brazil versus United Kingdom. You got Malaysia versus United States, South Korea versus Japan, and Singapore versus Philippines. And that's all for the winners bracket. And then we go over to the losers bracket, and we have to fight once more for their life. You got France versus Argentina, Mexico versus Hong Kong, Netherlands versus Thailand, and Finland versus Indonesia. And that's gonna be the set of matches coming up for the next week. And
I'm especially excited for the match between South Korea and Japan, because I think those two teams easily can make top 3 this year, and they're meeting very early in the winners bracket. It's going to be very interesting, especially with how insanely strong Japan is in the first stages so far.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's like, I mean, the overall team so far has been really promising, and then having matches from back and forth like this much, and given there's no sweeps like you said before, it's just gonna be a lot more interesting for the next week on. And with this pool, I think in general, hopefully, there's a little bit of a hindsight in terms of you need to really much practice from here on out. And again, don't side me tiebreaker as usual.
So yeah, I think we've covered everything, so we're gonna be switching the stream off, and we'll see you guys next week for the next set of matches. I'm Kamikaze, and I've been commentating with Mifa.
Yeah, see you around next week, and we're signing off.
can feel the evolution. Oh, when time no longer frozen. To me, all the